Your business depends on quality, efficiency, and reliability. At Reynolds Farm Equipment, we help you stay ahead with John Deere commercial mowers built for performance. Whether you're maintaining parks, businesses, or neighborhood lawns, you need equipment that works as hard as you do. With expert service, flexible financing, and the best lineup of mowers in the industry, Reynolds keeps your operation running strong. Reynolds Farm Equipment, your local John Deere dealer since 1955.
After the Marine Corps, I was diagnosed with PTSD and became homeless for 15 years. Like a hermit living on the street, I just existed. I came to a mission. Wheeler operates on a culture of kindness. Going through their programs reminded me that my meaning in life is to serve God. God set me free from anxiety and depression. Before Wheeler, I just existed, but today I live.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
This is the hotel breakfast.
It looked different online.
Do you children like eggs? Here, they make your bones grow.
It'll be fine. It's gonna be fine.
All right, guys, look alive.
Is it fine, Daryl?
I'm starving.
When free hot breakfast can make or break your day, it matters where you stay.
Go get him.
Hampton by Hilton. Hilton for the stay.
Your business depends on quality, efficiency, and reliability. At Reynolds Farm Equipment, we help you stay ahead with John Deere commercial mowers built for performance. Whether you're maintaining parks, businesses, or neighborhood lawns, you need equipment that works as hard as you do. With expert service, flexible financing, and the best lineup of mowers in the industry, Reynolds keeps your operation running strong. Reynolds Farm Equipment, your local John Deere dealer since 1955.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
In today's rapidly evolving energy landscape, compliance is more than just a checklist. It's the foundation of operational reliability, safety, and trust. And here in Indianapolis, we're honored to be at the heart of that mission. We collaborate with asset owners, operators, helping them stay ahead of NERC standards and grid demands. Our electrical engineering and compliance experts provide hands-on support tailored to your fleet. As expectations rise and regulations evolve, you deserve a partner who brings more than just expertise. You need commitment, clarity, and confidence.
Did you know, according to the National Federation of High Schools, 80% of new officials quit the game after just 2 seasons because of abusive behavior from the stands and sidelines?
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there it's just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need, we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Oh, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
IndianaSRN wants to put more kids on TV. And honestly, that's exactly what these kids deserve. They stream more than 350 high school and college games every year, giving Indiana athletes the spotlight they've earned. All games are free to watch with On Demand on their YouTube channel. The cost is amazingly affordable, which means more kids get their moment to shine. IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Hey Indiana, let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter @IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now @IndianaSRN.
We are live from Dillon Field at Hancock Health Stadium on the campus of Mount Vernon High School as the Marauders host future conference opponent Brebeuf Jesuit. It is a beautiful night for football as it's 79 degrees in McCordsville, Indiana. Crowds are locked and loaded for this first home game for Mount Vernon as they look to build from their Week 1 victory at Kokomo, while Brebeuf Jesuit hopes to rebound from their close loss last week to North Central. Good evening, everyone. Alongside Craig Cox, I'm Sean Crawl. Thank you for joining us tonight. We are proud to partner with the Indy Star for tonight's Game of the Week. Welcome to all our IndianaSRN viewers. We're glad you're here. And every week, the Indy Star is proud to sponsor high school sports on IndianaSRN. Want to sponsor high school sports? Contact us at coach@IndianaSRN.org. Tonight's sponsors are the Morales Group, empowering people, building futures. Hancock County LifeWise Academy. Every student becomes a story of hope that can reshape a generation. Wheeler Mission. Hope changes lives. Hope starts here. Bertner Electric, your trusted electric partner since 1986. Piper Logistics, we stand as your comprehensive logistics partner. Class 101, our mission is to empower students, serve families, and inspire greatness. Once again, the Indy Star working tirelessly to make the place you call home better. Boilermakers 374 represents highly skilled, highly motivated workers in the field of construction and metal fabrication throughout the state of Indiana. And the IndianaSRN sports page, sports from coast to coast and border to border. Once again, I'm Sean Crawl along with Coach Craig Cox. And Coach, tonight we've got Brebeuf Jesuit coming into Mount Vernon territory. They are led by head coach Matt Geske, 41 and 28th in his 7th year at Brebeuf Jesuit. They took it on the chin last week against North Central. A lot of positives, though, for the Braves.
No, I think, again, I mean, it's always a little disheartening when you don't get the W, but I think at the same time, there's good things to take. You know, you kind of enter in a time of uncertainties being the first game of the year, but you're talking about a 4A team that's playing a 6A team, a lot more numbers, sometimes a little bit different landscape of athletes at times. With the bigger schools, and to come within one score, I think it was a 5-point game, and certainly had their opportunities. I think there's certainly some things that Coach Geske can take to build on.
Yeah, 42-37 was the final in that game. As it stands now, Sagarin, it's a little early, but Sagarin,
you're already
Brebeuf,
breaking them up.
I know, they're 30th in 4A. Mount Vernon's 24th in 5A. They've only met 3 times in the last 40 years. Mount Vernon is 3-0. Their last meeting was 1996. You were, what, 8th grade then, I think? Mount Vernon won 49-0. They did have a great performance from their quarterback and their main wide receiver last week as Keegan Beaucamp threw for 257 yards and 4 touchdowns, while Carter Cosgrove, had 9 receptions and 3 touchdowns. But we will be right back. You're watching SRN, where you always have a front row seat.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
We are back. It is week 2 as you see Mount Vernon ready to take the field. And we were discussing Brebeuf Jesuit before the break. Quickly again, Keegan Beaucamp, 20 of 35 for 257 yards and 4 touchdowns against North Central. Carter Cosgrove had 9 of those receptions for 149 yards and 3 touchdowns. Jasir King rushed for 77 yards. So decent night for them. Looking at Mount Vernon, Craig, they ran the ball a lot as Kobe James ran for 87 yards. Max Meyer ran for 57. Ian McCullough had 19 and a half yards per catch. They're still trying to get the feel. It's really difficult after week one to really make a huge judgment on any of these teams because it's just so early.
Well, it is, and I mean, a lot of these guys, not only guys are trying to find their spots, and you're talking about two programs that have some guys that go both ways, but coaches are trying to understand personnel too. I mean, they've been lined up across from each other a lot over a little bit of the summer and the fall camp, if you will, and just getting last week under the belt and having somebody else across from them different than their teammate can look a little bit differently. And you get those first game jitters kind of out of the way and kind of get some of your footing. But, you talk about certainly Kobe James is a guy that kind of is a dual layer back where he can get you on the edge. He also can run up the A gaps as well. And so he got a pretty heavy dose of it, just like Carter Cosgrove got the heavy dose of it in the aerial attack last week from Boat Camp. Seemed to be a lot of the primary target. See how that might change this week now that these teams have a little bit of film of each other.
You see the captains there. You got number 1, B.J. Johnson, number 5, Mason Meyer, number 15, Zach Spalding, and number 28, Bryson Terry. They're set to go out for the coin flip. And, we were talking before the game. If you're Mount Vernon, you're feeling good already because you got one more in the pocket than you had all last year.
That's right.
And quite honestly, you can see right there one of the reasons why with that white hat on, and that is Coach Mike Kirshner. He is back at Mount Vernon after spending some time at Warren Central.
Yeah, Warren Central grad, had time obviously there. And Ben Davis, obviously this is his second stint with Mount Vernon. Back in 2020 or 2021, I can't remember which of the two, that obviously got him down to state. And he's a very veteran, guy that's done it. It's not his first rodeo. Very disciplined coach, and it's obviously. I remember the first stint years ago that he had, which was maybe 4 or 5, that he was in a position where he was. He went 30-8, in his short term that was there before going back to Warren. But he's. I know his first stint that I was going to say is that. It was really eye-opening, not only for the kids, but I remember I had a few friends that had their sons in the program and how just changed course immediately with 5:30 workouts in the morning on the summer. So it was a change for the parents as well.
Yeah.
But he made business, and he was about that. So, yeah, going 0-10 is tough. Not only for the kids, but for coaches to weather through, and for them to be back now in a new season here in 26 and get one game under their belt and got a W. Certainly, I think it's going to be turned in the right direction.
Yeah, Mike Kirshner's career record was with Cascade from 96 to 99, went 14-26. Parlayed that into a stint at Ben Davis for 11 years, where he won a state title, 85 and 31. Mount Vernon, then Warren Central. On the opposing side, you have got Matt Geske, who is the head coach at Brebeuf Jesuit, 41-28 in his 7th year, and this has been his only stop. However, he was an assistant coach at other programs before.
Yeah, no, I as I mentioned before we came on set, our son finished his last 2 years at Zionsville, and Geske was our son's offensive coordinator the very first year. That was in the 20 season. And that was one that certainly was great for our son. I know he's one that obviously likes to put the ball up. You might know, too, it was 2 years ago that his son Maverick, was a high-powered, one of the leading passers in the state, took his talents to IU. Was playing against behind a few Mendozas, if you were, but I think he was a 4th-string guy. But again, certainly is a guy that likes to air it out. And he's known for that. Both these teams run the spread offense. They're a little bit similar there, a little bit different on defense. But, yeah, I think we're in for a great contest tonight.
All right, we're going to take our last pregame break here. We'll be back with the kickoff. You're watching high school football in IndianaSRN. We always have a front row seat. back at Dellen Field, you can see that Mount Vernon won the toss and will defer. So Brebeuf will get the football first. Again, Brebeuf Jesuit coming off a close loss to 6A North Central at home last week, while Mount Vernon went on the road to Kokomo and got the W. One thing to notice here, as you can see Coach Kirchner counting the numbers, kick return yards for Brebeuf last week. They had 148 kickoff yards in return. So this is going to be something I imagine that Coach Kirchner focused on quite a bit.
Well, I mean, you got to try to do your best to have success with all three levels and phases of the game. It's not only offense and defense, and offense is always at the top of the line with most people's minds, but you can't or even overlook special teams, because a lot of times it's kind of like the basketball scenarios. You win at the free throw line, the ones that kind of the gimmies, and sometimes you'll overlook that. One other thing that I want to bring up too, Sean, is an interesting point here, is it's kind of a pre-conference look for 2027. We just started 2026, but this is a team in Brebeuf that's currently playing in the Circle City Conference that next year will be making the move over to the Hoosier Heritage Conference, where Mount Vernon is already at. So this is a team these two teams will actually play in the same conference next year, but this year, two separate ones.
Here we go. Tonight's kickoff is brought to you by the Indy Star, working tirelessly to make the place you call home better. Thanks to the Star for sponsoring high school sports and tonight's game of the week. And we are off it was a nice return there by Carter Cosgrove as the Brebeuf Jesuit Braves come out on the field on offense. This broadcast is a copyrighted production of IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association. Any use, reproduction, rebroadcast, recording, distribution, or unauthorized transmission of the audio, video, or any portion of this broadcast without the express written permission of IndianaSRN and the IHSAA is strictly prohibited. Thank you for supporting Indiana High School Athletics and IndianaSRN. And from the 35 of Brebeuf, it is the first play of the game. And it's out in the flat on the left to, guess who, Carter Cosgrove.
It goes to him quick, as you talked about in the opening segment. This is a guy that had 3 scores last week, almost put up 150. It was the primary target, and right out the gate gets him about 8 or 9 here.
And they're at the 43, so it's going to be 2nd and 2 as Keegan Beaucamp in the shotgun. Jasir King behind him to his left, and the hard count got them to jump. Yeah, fooled Braden Robinson there on the defensive line, and it's going to be a penalty that will give them a first down, as they will go up near midfield and the 48-yard line. First and 10 again for Brebeuf. Once again, you see 2 receivers split wide to the right, 1 to the left, and they're going to hand the ball off to Jasir King. He's got a little bit of a hole, but nice job there by B.J. Johnson to come in for the tackle.
Well, good job here. Obviously, the penetration, getting in kind of a shoestring tackle, if you will. But B.J. doing a good job of actually pursuing the gap here and getting that for just a very minimal gain. But I believe it was enough for yes. Yep.
So trips left now. King directly behind Beaucamp. And the snap, he's looking left, throws left, and it's a little bit short as he intended to get the ball to Harrison Myers, a junior receiver. Beaucamp, the lefty, the sidewinder, if you will.
Yeah.
2nd down.
Yeah, tough throw, obviously getting out of the pocket on the run, but at the same time, put it at a place that only his receiver could get it and away from the defender. One that could have been came up with and might have still been short, but getting down here on a third down.
Third down and 8 from midfield as Beaucamp in the shotgun. Back to pass, looking to his left again, going downfield, trying to go to Cosgrove, although it did look like Zeb Cox was open, and that is no gain on the play, and we'll see if we see the punt team.
Well, and it looks like obviously you looking like that we will, but certainly if you're feeling Kirchner and the defensive staff here, liking certainly coming out the gate on your opening possession here on your home field and getting a stop and turnover on downs here.
As if he doesn't do enough, Carter Cosgrove is also the punter. And deep for Mount Vernon is most likely A.J. Crenshaw, a sophomore.
And Cosgrove also played some defensive back last year, too, so might even look for him to get some.
And there's a catch it gets off to the left. He's got some space coming down the sidelines, and he's going to be tackled. Oh, and gets by again. My goodness, slippery.
Yeah, 36-yard return.
A.J. Crenshaw, and they are in Brebeuf Jesuit territory.
Great return. 36 yards unofficially, but had some good blocking. But once he got to the outside there, obviously it was just kind of smooth sailing.
That is a great way to start your first possession as the offense for Mount Vernon comes out. Again, Luke Dirks, number 8, is the quarterback. I think. I didn't see a number 8 out there. It looks like it's actually going to be Mason Meyer, as the ball is at midfield.
Yeah, last week they ran 3 different quarterbacks.
All right. So it's Mason Meyer in the shotgun, and he's going to hand it off up the left side. Got through the first wave, close to a first down is
probably James.
It looked like 15. Not? It is number 15, Zach Spalding.
Yeah, and he's listed as a wide receiver. But obviously having him in the backfield here tonight, so we'll see if we get the any signs throughout the game of Kobe James, who was the big carrier for them last week.
To the 41, it'll be 2nd and 1 for the Marauders. Meyer again in the shotgun. Going to go back to him again. Going to get the first down by about a yard, so 39 I think is well they'll mark it. It'll be 1st and 10, Mount Vernon.
Well, go ahead.
That's one thing with Coach Kirshner. He's gonna try things until he finds something that works.
Yeah, well, and I think out of these two, as much as they both run the spread offense, Geske is more of not only the spread aerial attack, where through the spread, Kirshner will also use that to his advantage, kind of get the ground and pound game going as well.
In motion is a receiver to Meyer. He fakes it, pressure. He gets rid of it. And I think that the receiver was close enough. We will see Noah Hankley on the route out there where Max Meyer was trying to throw it. And it will be 2nd and 10 from the 39.
Well, great decision there by Mason. Obviously, he saw the pocket collapsing, them getting a lot of penetration right up the A-gap, and it was one of those things where he had to make a quick decision and not take the sack. So really good job there by Meyer.
So Meyer getting the shotgun, Spalding behind him, in motion again. And this time Meyer will fake it and keep it and go right up the gut. And he's going to be close to a first down. We'll see where they mark it. It looks like it's the 20 or 32. And I believe that's going to be a first down. Did they move the chains or no?
I don't believe so. No,
I think
short.
It's 3rd and
Looks
3.
Like 3. Yep. Yeah, good job here again by Mason. Obviously saw the rush that they were actually getting ready to imply and kept the ball.
Spalding behind Meyer again. He's going to hand it off to Spalding. And, what a job there by Ryan Cummings, the junior linebacker, to stuff it. He lost, I think, maybe a yard on that play, and it's going to be 4th down.
Well, I mean, this D-line, these front 3 or 4 have certainly shown a great presence early on in this first offensive possession that Mount Vernon has had strong penetration on every play thus far.
That's a loss of 3 on the play, and now they bring in Luke Dirks at the quarterback position, number 8.
Probably more of a passing situation, I would think, maybe.
4th and 5, and they're going for it at Brebeuf's 35-yard line. Tried to get him to jump. Are they going to? They got Toby Jacobs saying, hey, what's going on here? Timeout for Mount Vernon. A chance to bring you some sponsors where you always have a front row seat.
Hello and welcome to Game Day. My name is Keith Myers. I'm the Vice President of IndianaSRN. We're glad that you joined us today. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN. This means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
All right, we are back. Hey, reminder, sportsmanship starts with you. Respect the officials, respect the game. Also, this game is brought to you by Morales Group, connecting people with purpose and helping build better futures one story at a time. All right, again, 4th and 5 from Brebeuf's 35. Luke Dirks in to quarterback here on this 4th down play. Snap, looking to his right, a little bit of pressure, flushed out to his right. Looking for an open receiver. Wide open is the reception by B.J. Johnson, and he's going to take it down to the 2.
Well, it's not. Go ahead.
What a great call.
Yeah, not only that, obviously getting him out of the pocket. Great footwork here by Dirks, but, I mean, being able to get out of the pocket, get a little shifty. Obviously had a very fundamental throw to Johnson as he was wide open, but it's also what B.J. did after the catch in the open field and even hurdling one of the defenders to get him an extra 10 or 12 yards to get inside the 5.
Great job by Dirks stepping up in the pocket to avoid the pressure, then getting out to his right. It looked like that play needed a little bit to get going, and he did what he needed to do to give himself time to get the ball to Johnson. So we got 1st and goal here on the 2.
Yeah, without question. Oh, is this another timeout by Mount Vernon?
And it is another timeout. We'll tell you this is brought to you by IndianaSRN. IndianaSRN reaches thousands of sports fans with live coverage of sports. Partner with us and connect your business to passionate local communities. Also, the industrial and electrical sales of Indiana, delivering quality electrical products, expert service, and innovative solutions to contractors and industries across the state. So 2 timeouts early in the first quarter. Young team, that's bound to happen. A team that's building off a new head coach, and just want to make sure you got all your pieces lined up and ready to go.
Yeah, but I mean, it wasn't one that was orchestrated. You could tell the disgust by the coordinator as well as Kirshner, not wanting to really burn a second one on the very first possession.
Good old Toby Jacobs, as false start there. As Kobe James started early, missed the count. That'll be a false start. So it will now go back to the 7-yard line, 1st and goal, as Kobe James comes out. And Zach Spalding comes in. Dirks still as the quarterback. Meyer now split out wide. Well, actually in tight here, it looks like is an H-back. Spalding behind Dirks, who will take it from under center. Tight formation. Meyer in motion, heading back left. And confusion there. And, boy, I think they were each going a different way, and Ryan Cummings came in from the linebacker spot and made the tackle.
Well, I think, obviously, again, we just talked about coaching staff being a little frustrated having to burn that second time out, but also just the way the execution has been on these last 3 plays. You get the illegal motion. Now you're kind of getting some miscommunication, and you got the quarterback and running back running into each other. I mean, you were down to the 2-yard line. Now you're back to the 10, even though you're still at 2nd down, still got a couple plays here, but certainly, and they're going to spread you out, so we'll see what's happening here.
Max Meyer back at quarterback as in motion, and they're going to hand the ball off to Spalding, and he's going to get down to the 4.
I could play right up the middle here. Gives them a very manageable 3rd down call here.
It does. Let's take a look real quick at the big fellas up front. 55, Braden Robinson, a senior. 58, Jeff Walker, a senior. 70, Nick Hull, a sophomore at center. 73, Keither Wethington, a junior. And 67, Lucas Hotka, a junior. That is the offensive line for the Marauders. You can see as the H-back is number 49, Carson Patterson. But Meyer still the quarterback. B.J. Johnson in motion. Meyer's going to try and run wide out behind everybody. And great job there by the defense led by Eli Drake and Ryan Cummings to stop him. And it is going to be 4th and goal for the Marauders.
The very decision time here is, do you kick the 3 to get the first points on the board, or, you're at a very manageable piece being at the 2-yard line as the officials are talking.
Is there a flag? Yes, there
is. And they're going over to the Brebeuf sideline, so it's got to be on Mount Vernon.
Makes you wonder if it's a hold. That is usually what happens.
They're going to move him back. It looks like Coach Geski's waving him on.
Get the call here.
Oh,
illegal motion. Yeah. So it's back to 3rd down.
And I got Dirks back in there, which is where I was just getting ready to kind of go to see if you might try to get him out of the pocket again and allow him to either make a play with his arm or his feet.
3rd and goal from the 9. You got Dirks in, Johnson to the left, Meyer in motion to the left. And he's back to pass, looking left, looking for Meyer. Nope. And it is intercepted in the end zone. I think Meyer went one way, and Dirks thought he was going the other, and that's going to be an interception for Cam Walters in the end zone.
Well, and an easy one at that. That was a gift right there. So whether it was miscommunication, that's just a tough piece because he had 2 receivers out, one running more of a slant and the other one's kind of running an out route. But nonetheless, come up empty-handed. Again, lack of execution over the last 3 or 4 plays. And not operating together collectively as a unit.
Yeah, you got down there great, but once you got once you got to the 2-yard line, and things kind of fell apart.
Yeah, and as much as that's tough for the Marauders, certainly if you're the Braves, you're loving this and keeping them off the board when they were at the 2-yard line.
All right, we got 2 receivers to each side for Brebeuf. We have Cosgrove and Cox near to the left. Beaucamp in the shotgun. Jasir King on his hip. In motion is Cosgrove. Pitch to him. And he's going to get around the end, and he's going to find some open space. That is Cox, Zeb Cox, the junior. Also the backup quarterback. Nice run there, up to about the 38.
Yeah, give him 17 on the play, which obviously is moving the chains. Great first down call. I love the little kind of not so much a jet sweep, but just kind of an end around here.
But technically still a pass.
It is. Yep, goes down in the record for that.
All right, first down from the 38. Beaucamp gives it off to King. He's going to the left side, bounces it out left, and he's in the middle of the field, and he's still just breaking through tackles all the way into Mount Vernon territory.
And about 20-22 on the play there.
From 38 to 38.
Well, and the thing is there that you go also is just the yaks. I mean, great yards after contact after breaking 2, if not 3 tackles that he broke on that. So great job there of finding the balance between the play calls over the last 2.
All right, 38-yard line of Mount Vernon. Beaucamp by his lonesome in the backfield in the shotgun, looking to his right, quick hitter, throws it out, has it out to Cooper Todd, and he's close to another first down and down to the 25-yard line. That will be another first down.
Well, the Marauders running a 3-3, if you will. The corners are back 10 yards. I love that call. Get them backpedaling and just run the short routes. Think about chains moving every 1 or 2 plays and keeping the ball in your possession. So great call.
King back in the backfield with Beaucamp. As there's 2 receivers out left, they hand it to King right up the gut. Oh, my goodness. Veered left a little bit, and he'll get down to the 15-yard line. I think that's 4 plays and 4 first downs, Coach.
Well, and again, we just talked about the great balance between 2 passes, or 3 if you count the little shuttle pass. So 3 passes, 2 runs. So great job doing here and moving the chains.
If there's one thing you like as an offensive coordinator, it's chunk plays, and they've had a bunch of them so far. Nice little triangle trips here to the left. Beaucamp again. But he keeps it himself. Read great. But, he breaks tackles. They had a shot to get him in the backfield, and Beaucamp got slippery enough and got down to the 10.
Well, and that's the thing that's been the story, at least 2 out of the last 3 plays, is just not the Marauders not having the ability to wrap them up. They're in position, but just aren't, that from a technique standpoint, bringing the Braves runners down.
Carson Patterson had a shot at him but couldn't quite bring him down. They're on the wide side of the field now. Beaucamp again with King behind him. And we'll see what they do. They hand it off to King. They keep running right behind between the guard and the center on the left side, and he's going to take it down to the 3-yard line. That should be enough for a first down, first and goal, Brebeuf Jesuit.
Well, and this is about where Mount Vernon was about 2 minutes ago. So we'll see, obviously, if the Braves have the same luck or if they turn it and score the first points of the game.
Seems like when they've been running it, they've been running between the center, Sam Grant, a senior, and the left guard, Ray Neely, a junior. Right in that gap is where they've liked to run it so far, it appears.
Yeah, haven't seen anything on the edge yet.
We haven't, as Beaucamp's going to keep it. He's going to take a hit, keeps driving his feet, and he gets in the end zone. Again, another shot to stop him earlier there by Hizzy Bebley, and couldn't bring him down, and Beaucamp with the touchdown.
Well, we just talked about it about 2 of the last 3 possessions, just had a hard time of actually getting them wrapped up. And here's another perfect example on the scoring play, as we'll take a look at it, is, guys trying to deliver blows as opposed to getting him wrapped. There's one. Nobody's getting arms around him, just trying to deliver hits. And especially when guys are standing straight up, it's just not going to work. Got to get leverage. You got to actually make the contact, drive the shoulder, and wrap the arms.
And that will show up on film. As in for the point after is that 18, I believe?
16.
16, Miles Wilmore, senior, for the extra point. It's good. And with 3:41 in the first quarter, Brebeuf 7, Mount Vernon 0.
IndianaSRN wants to put more kids on TV. And honestly, that's exactly what these kids deserve. They stream more than 350 high school and college games every year, giving Indiana athletes the spotlight they've earned. All games are free to watch with on-demand on their YouTube channel. The cost is amazingly affordable, which means more kids get their moment to shine. IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We are back for the kickoff, 7-0 Brebeuf here, 3:41 to go in the first quarter. Hey, follow IndianaSRN. Stay connected with Indiana high school sports all season long on X or Twitter at IndianaSRN. And on YouTube, IndianaSRN. Follow us for live webcasts, game updates, highlights, scores, and stories celebrating Indiana's student athletes and communities. Want IndianaSRN to cover your next game? Email coach at IndianaSRN.org. IndianaSRN, your home for high school sports. As Miles Wilmore is set to kick off deep for Brebeuf. First return here for Mount Vernon. Probably A.J. Crenshaw again after did a great job earlier. Oh, it's an onside kick. Fooled him. Luck. Oh, no. 17 had it for Mount Vernon. Did they get it?
Yeah, they got it back. 23.
Oh, my goodness.
23 for Brebeuf. Really had an opportunity, but went after it with one arm.
Yeah, Chasen Hart snagged it first, and it popped out again. And Dean Clarkson, great job by Dean Clarkson of recovering it. You'll see, it hit. 17 gets it. It pops out again, and it looked like 23 had a shot for it for Brebeuf.
Aggressive.
Gabe Cox,
and tough.
Gabe Cox.
Good call.
Gutsy, like, dare I say, Sean Payton in the Super Bowl against the Colts, or is that a bad memory?
Well, they're wearing the same color, so
they are.
Speaking of equipment, last week we had the opportunity to do Greenfield Central, great helmets, kind of like the blue Delaware Blue Hens and even Michigan Wolverines, and then these Mount Vernon helmets are certainly really nice. Great. It's a big part of the
Brebeuf looking very Boston College-y.
Right.
Max Meyer back at quarterback. Ball is at the 43. 3:36 to go here in the first quarter. Run it up the middle with Kobe James. He'll get close to midfield. They'll probably give him 6 on that, as that is the first down carry for Mount Vernon. I got a feeling we're going to see a lot more runs now after the confusion they had on some of those pass plays outside of the one big play.
Well, and interesting enough, I mean, James, who was the heavy hitter last week, almost had 100 yards at 90, and didn't see him on the first series, and now he's in there.
Max Meyer again, hands off, fakes the handoff, keeps it. Great read there by Cox, and he makes the tackle for Brebeuf Jesuit. Him along with Matthew Johnson, the linebacker, Gabe Cox, the strong safety, read that perfectly. That's their assignment, read the quarterback. And when Meyer kept it, they attacked.
Well, I'll tell you, it's very early in this game, but the Braves' defensive front is giving fits to the offensive front of Mount Vernon so far, really getting great penetration into the backfield.
3-4, technically run by Brebeuf, as Meyer is in at quarterback, looking to his left, and he's going to run. He's going to pull the ball down. Hold that ball, young man. Not going to get enough as Matthew Johnson comes in for the tackle. He's going to be short of midfield. It's going to be 4th down. Decision time for Coach Kirshner, as it actually is at midfield.
Yeah, they're just not giving the Marauders much time to make decisions, and so that has been tough so far here early on, as the punt team's on to kick this away for Brebeuf's 3rd possession.
Mason Meyer set to punt. Punt returners are normally Nate Johnson and Carter Cosgrove for Brebeuf, as that's a line drive punt, but it's got a good roll as it's still going. Oh, this is a nice punt for the Marauders, that it looks like it's going to roll down dead at the 5-yard line, where Brebeuf will take over. Hey, we're also sponsored by LifeWise Academy, helping students build character and faith through Bible-based education, and Aspen Creek Grill. They are serving up great steaks, fresh favorites, and genuine hospitality at all 3 locations, and I can vouch for them. If you like appetizers, Pow Wow Shrimp.
Is that right? I still haven't been there.
Shrimp. Oh, you're kidding me, Craig.
And they have a new one in Whitestown, so it's not far from our house.
Yeah, Noblesville, and then in
Pow
Fishers.
Wow Shrimp, you said?
Yes, Keegan Beaucamp back behind center as he hands it off to Jasir King. See where he holds that football, as they just keep breaking tackles, and holding on for dear life there was Bryson Terry to get the tackle as the ball gets up to the 12. It'll be 2nd and 3 for Brebeuf. As we are winding down the end of the first quarter here, Brebeuf leads 7-0. We'll get you some scores here as soon as we can. Beaucamp looking right, going downfield right, finds Cosgrove to the 35-yard line. He's the man they look for. Carter Cosgrove, big catch.
Well, and they're picking off where they were at last week with these two, with Beaucamp and Cosgrove. So I think that's his 3rd catch of the night here, and one that's for another big gain. Had great success in moving these chains pretty rapidly.
Real quickly, in the first quarter, 14-0 Carmel over Westfield.
Yeah, such a big game there tonight.
Handoff to King. Nice job there by the defensive line, especially Carson Patterson, for a short game. But that is a big game for Carmel to jump out that quick.
Well, it is. I mean, with obviously Westfield going back-to-back state championships, and obviously that's who Westfield put Carmel out last year in the playoffs, and certainly a little revenge. Carmel looked great coming out the gate last week. Very impressive win.
Final play of the first quarter here is they pitch out wide to King. Jasir King gets over midfield, and he'll get into Mount Vernon territory.
We got a flag here, really right at the tackle area too. So,
we'll see what this is, and then we'll head to the second quarter after we get the official word here from what they call the white hat, correct?
That's
the
it.
White hat. That means the referee, for those of you at home. Yeah, that's why he wears the white hat. He's the man in charge. They are relaying information here. We'll get the call here in just a second. Holding on Brebeuf, and that will take them back. But we'll get that play in the start of the second quarter, if I'm not mistaken. Nope. Looks like we're going back to 5.9 seconds. And that will take them back to the 27-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 18 for Brebeuf with one play left here in the first quarter. Boy, get a big play. Gets called back for holding. That is demoralizing, but they're moving the ball pretty well. And they let the clock run out, and that will be the end of the quarter. End of one, Brebeuf 7, Mount Vernon 0. You're watching IndianaSRN. We always have a front row seat.
Did you know, according to the National Federation of High Schools, 80% of new officials quit the game after just 2 seasons because of abusive behavior from the stands and sidelines?
Your kid's Friday night touchdown. Just Wit HD on Roku. IndianaSRN is bringing Central Indiana high school sports right to your living room in crystal clear quality. With over 350 live contests streaming each year, from football under the lights to basketball buzzer beaters, we're putting local athletes in the spotlight. Search IndianaSRN on your Roku device today and never miss a moment of hometown glory.
3 on Cecina. We are back. It is the second quarter here at Dillon Field at Hancock Health Stadium. Brebeuf leads Mount Vernon 7-0. End of one. Brebeuf has the ball at their own 27 after a holding penalty. Here we go. They're Beaucamp now in the shotgun. King to his left. He's going to throw it. Looking to his left, little screen pass out there to Nate Johnson, and he's got room down the sideline.
Got some wheels, too.
Yeah, did a little juke there on the sideline. Gets down to about the 43 of Mount Vernon. First down.
And kind of lined up as split in, if you will.
Back quickly, handoff to King. He's got a hole on the right side, getting through the hole. And the DBs, if they're the DBs are making all the tackles, that is not a good sign as Kyler Smith makes the tackle. Is there another flag on the play? No, we have an injury as the ball goes down to the 32. That'll be another first down run for Brebeuf Jesuit. Tonight's broadcast is also brought to you by Boilermakers 374. Represents highly skilled, highly motivated workers in the field of construction and metal fabrication throughout the state of Indiana. And after that penalty, quickly down the field again goes Brebeuf Jesuit.
Well, if you know Geske, too, he likes tempo, likes to play quick. And I think the great thing there is after the big play, you had a 30-yard gain that you had there by Nate Johnson down the sideline right in front of their bench. So you got the defenses kind of on their heels, if you will, going with the quick snap and getting another 8 or so here. Well, actually, more than that, 10, that they got the first down again.
So first down at the 32-yard line of Mount Vernon. Beaucamp again in the shotgun with King in the backfield, trips left. And he looks left, quick hitter, short, goes to Johnson, I believe. He's going to get about 5 on that play. 27-yard line. So they're going to give him 4 to the 28. But again, quickly behind center, Beaucamp looking down deep, finding Johnson, and he's going to stick it in the end zone for a touchdown. Nate Johnson with the 28-yard pass from Beaucamp. And just like that, it's 13-0 Brebeuf Jesuit.
Yeah, just a simple little seam route. and running this as we'll bring it back to you. But, yeah, just a very, very simple. Just got over the second layer of the linebackers, hit him in stride here, and just willed his way into the end zone here for the second score for Brebeuf.
Yeah, got past that first level, and the safeties were deep, and there was a great space right there. Threw it in it, and boom. In again for the point after, Miles Wilmore. Try to make it 14-0 here early in the second quarter. And it is good. So extra point is good. 14-0, Brebeuf Jesuit on IndianaSRN.
It's game day, a time to focus on the excitement and not to worry about your insurance coverage. With Indiana Farmers Insurance by your side, you can step onto the field or into the bleachers with true peace of mind, knowing your coverage is handled by local agents who care about your business, your auto, your home, and your farm as much as you do. Local insurance, local agents, here for you. Now that's what we call teamwork.
I'm Randy Stegemuller with Class 101. Students want to go to college, they want to find that dream school, and that's what we're here for.
The confidence your child feels is beyond what you imagine you're going to get out of it.
I love that I get to work with students from middle school all the way through high school.
Whatever it may be, I know she's there.
We're making sure that when the package is put together at the very end and we apply to a college, that they rise to the top of the list.
How can you not sign up?
We're back for kickoff here as Brebeuf is up 14-0. Hey, some other games in the family of network: Shortridge and Covenant Christian, Leo and Bishop Chittard, and Indian Creek at Heritage Christian. Indian Creek leads 14-7 in the first quarter. As we get set for kickoff here, again, Miles Wilmore set to kick, as it is a good kick, and it will be caught down about the 5-yard line by Crew Hampton, and he'll take it back to about the 26.
I give him 16 on the carry, or excuse me, on the return.
10:48 to go, and we'll see who comes out to quarterback for Mount Vernon. I can imagine it's probably Max Meyer, as Ben Davis Avon tied at 0 in the second quarter. Lawrence North up 27-0 on Fishers in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Had a tough one last week against in the opening week against Brownsburg.
All right, it is Max Meyer in the shotgun for Mount Vernon, and Kobe James with a pretty good run there. It looks like he's probably going to get about 7 on that carry. I think they're going to mark him at the 33.
An injured player here for Brebeuf.
Yeah, we'll give you some more scores. Again, Leo is at Bishop Chittard on the family of networks. We're going to try and see if we can get some of these scores for you here quickly, as Lapel is in the IndianaSRN poll. They're up on Frankton 16-0 in the first quarter. Ooh, Eastern Hancock's taking it to North Decatur 28-0 in the first quarter. Brownsburg up 7-0. They're number 1 in 6A. SRN number 1 Class 1A Park Heritage up 6-0 on West Vigo in second quarter.
Another big game tonight is in the areas Danville Cascade.
Yes.
Danville's up 14-7 on that.
East Central and New Palestine 0-0 in quarter number
there.
1. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially after New Pal took down 5A reigning state champion Illinois last week in New Pal. All right. Looks like we are ready to go. Hopefully that young man is okay for Brebeuf, as Max Meyer gets in a set here with Kobe James near him. In motion is Johnson. Looks like he's going to throw out to his left to Johnson, a little out. Breaks one quick tackle, but then is brought down by number 14, Matthew Johnson. So that will be a first down up to the 37. So first down for Mount Vernon, and they're back at it. It looks like they're sticking with Meyer at quarterback for now. He's going to hand it off to James. Nice penetration. Lost the ball.
I think.
Who's on it? Oh, did he get it back?
I think he did, but it's hard to tell once they get down the bottom. But yes, I'll tell you though that the story early on here has been Brebeuf's ability to not only get penetration, but how quickly they're actually doing a great job with the read. They're reading really, really well.
We'll see here on this play again as it's looked like it was Brennan Kaufman, who is the nose tackle, popping that ball loose. So, yeah, penetration there by their D tackle. Braden East 53, Kaufman 52, as it's a fake, and back to throw is Myers, looking back to his left, going to give it to Kobe James, and he just goes straight down as there's great coverage on that play from Gabe Cox and Cam Walters of Brebeuf, and Kobe James comes up a little bit limp.
Well, I think it was where he went down actually as a result. I think I don't know if his foot just got stuck in the turf or because he wasn't even tackled. So it looked more like he went down maybe as a result of whatever it was he tweaked.
Turf monster. Looks like Zach Spalding's back in now in the backfield with Luke Dirks as it is 3rd and 11 from the 36-yard line, their own, as he's back to pass, looking to his right. He's going to go down the middle, and he finds a wide open, guess who, Max Meyer. He'll cross midfield and get to the Brebeuf 49 for a first down.
No, great job here just coming over the middle, running something very fundamental, and did a great job of finding his receiver to move these chains.
I think we can pretty much tell who the main cog of the Mount Vernon offense is, and that is the gentleman that wears number 5.
Yeah, whether he's at quarterback or whether he's at slot. He's kind of a utility guy, if you will. He got a few rushes last week as well.
As you'll see, he is in the slot again as Dirks is back in at quarterback. Toby Jacobs making the call from the sideline as they hand it off to Spalding, and he's going to get a couple of yards there down to about the 47. We'll call it a gain of 2, or they'll give him 3.
And you see Mount Vernon trying to run a little bit of the pace as well, a little no huddle. But again, I just think this O front's got to be able to contain this D front.
The offensive line's key is it's a little quick screen out to Meyer. But great job on the defense there by number 2 linebacker Cam Walters. Read it perfectly, and Mount Vernon loses yards on the play.
Yeah, Walters being in last year 2025 All-Conference Circle City linebacker. Obviously, they also have that in DP Nate Johnson. We saw him earlier on a long catch offensively. But they got 2 or 3 all-conference guys from last year in Brebeuf.
So now you got 3rd and 15. Dirks is back under center as Myers out wide. And it's almost like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Or Dirks is under pressure, and he's going to go down. Gabe Cox and Matt Johnson, we have said those names a lot. And that's going to they're going to lose a yard on that play, and in comes the punt team.
Well, as much as we've talked about the defensive front of Brebeuf, we also got to give the corners a great job, because the thing is that regardless of who's at quarterback for Mount Vernon, they just haven't had the opportunity to go anywhere with the ball. So great coverage downfield as well.
Yeah, we've been calling the linebackers names a lot for Brebeuf, which tells you they're making coverages, but the 2 corners, Brady Allen and Liam Stiver for Brebeuf, as well as Nate Johnson and Gabe Cox as the safeties, they're doing a great job in coverage. As Max Meyer punts, they're going to let it bounce, and it's going to go out of bounds. They're going to mark it at the 31-yard line, where Brebeuf will take over here with 6:54 to go in the second quarter. So what do you think? What does Mount Vernon need to do?
Well, I think right now, offensively, they got to find something up front. They got to be able to have better coverage. Not coverage, but actually better protection in terms of how they're reading what Brebeuf is throwing at them. I said first and foremost, just haven't had the opportunity to move the ball outside of that very first possession, which was primarily over 2 plays, is the biggest part offensively.
Johnson and Cosgrove split out. as Beaucamp is there, and he gets Mount Vernon to jump. Oh, are they going to?
No, they're going to call offensive.
False start.
Yeah.
Okay. That's going to go back to then the 26.
I think the other thing Mount Vernon is on the defensive side of the ball is trying to understand the pace that Brebeuf and the balance that Brebeuf has shown so far. I think Geske and his offensive staff has done a great job in terms of the play calling so far, in terms of balancing the check downs as well as the flats and letting these athletic players get out in the open.
All right, 2 receivers wide, but he's going to hand the ball off to Zasir King, and he's going to break through. Only a couple of yards there as Dean Clarkson, the junior linebacker, in on the tackle. Covenant Christian and Shortridge are tied at 7. Indian Creek's up 21-7 over Heritage Christian in the second quarter. Hey, follow IndianaSRN. Stay connected with Indiana high school sports all season long. Follow us on Twitter or X, whatever you call it, at IndianaSRN, YouTube, IndianaSRN. We'll get you more of what we do here after this play as Beaucamp is in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the Y side. Beaucamp, 3 receivers, gets flushed out to his left, and he's going downfield. He's got a receiver. He had a receiver open, Harrison Myers, but just overthrew him. And it will be third down here. Follow IndianaSRN for live webcast, game updates, highlights, scores, and stories celebrating Indiana high school student athletes and communities. Want IndianaSRN to cover your next game? Email coach at IndianaSRN. IndianaSRN, your home for high school sports. 3rd and 13. The small running gain they got. So the ball is at the 28. 3rd and 13, Beaucamp. And they're going to get motion again. I think they're going to get King on that one.
The line, got a timeout.
Timeout. Just made it. We'll be back.
This is LifeWise Academy. It's a program that teaches Bible-based character education to public school students during school hours. Not before school and not after, but during school hours.
So here's how this works. The students will leave this school building, hop on this bus, take a short ride across the street to the church. I can see the steeple from here, have Bible class, hop back on the bus, head back to school. It's that simple.
Go to lifewise.org to find your school.
Mom said sleeping on my aunt's couch would be like a vacation. It sure is quiet without Dad yelling at Mom and making her cry. Sleeping in the back seat was like camping. It got pretty cold without blankets, but Mom cuddled me and kept me warm. When Mom's car got...
It is 3rd and 13. Beaucamp back to pass, looking to his left, throws out on the sideline. What a route by Nate Johnson, right to the sticks. Gets the catch for the first down at the 42-yard line.
Yeah, give credit to Johnson, the senior, being under understanding of just the awareness of where the actual marker was at and running right to that and just kind of getting his feet in the turf and obviously getting a nice break, but also give Beaucamp certainly great credit on placing it.
Hands off to King, your right side, big hole. He's going to go into Mount Vernon territory. He's going to get down to about the 43-yard line of Mount Vernon with a first down run. Chittard leading Leo 7-0 near the end of the first half. We are there too. Stay tuned for the halftime show here on IndianaSRN as it is 1st and 10 for Brebeuf Jesuit. As they hand off to King again, looking near that right side, cuts back left, finds some space. That is not King, but it is going to be a first down to the 25-yard line by Jaden Warren, a freshman.
Oh, great run.
Or excuse me, a sophomore.
Great run by Jaden here, too, as obviously getting the guy to bite, but obviously making guys and eluding tacklers, making guys miss here for plus 20 on the run.
Yeah, that cutback was huge to find some more space, and we've got ourselves another timeout. Hey, we are brought to you by the Morales Group, IndianaSRN, Industrial and Electrical Sales of Indiana, LifeWise Academy, Aspen Creek Grill, and Boilermakers 374. But again, remember, folks, sportsmanship starts with you. Respect the officials and respect the game. Officiating is a hard, thankless job because anybody all wants they talk about are your mistakes. But these gentlemen do it for the love of the game. So please respect that. As you can see, officially human there in the corner. All right, 1st and 10 at the 25 of Mount Vernon is Brebeuf Jesuit. Beaucamp, as always, in the gun. Warren in the backfield. He blocks as he's looking to pass. Goes left, down the sideline, and overthrows number 3, Zeb Cox.
Well, actually, Zeb had him beat on the outside leverage. Obviously got over the top of the corner. Ball was just placed too far out of bounds for him and long at that to be able to make a play on it. But, again, you're going to continue to see not only the spread attack from both of these two. We talked about earlier with Brebeuf, you're going to see more of the aerial attack than you will with Mount Vernon.
This time they hand it off to Warren, and he's going to go right up the gut down to the 10. Nice little 15-yard chunk play right there from the young sophomore. And quickly back to the line of scrimmage is Brebeuf trying to catch Mount Vernon off guard, and they give it to Warren again. Right up the gut again between the right guard and the center, and he'll get a couple down to the 8.
Well, there's so many teams now. I mean, it's running back by committee. And whenever you have the 2, last week we had like a 3-headed monster, that you have a Greenfield. But, I mean, Brebeuf obviously has 2 underclassmen. You see it mostly so far with Jasir King. But over this possession here, 2 of the last 3 plays have been by sophomore Jaden Warren. So great when you can bring one out, get fresh legs, and go after the next play.
King back in to the left of Beaucamp, and he takes it and runs to the left side, cuts back a little bit more up the gut, and we'll get down to about the 5. It will be 3rd and goal. Oh, they're going to give him 2 on that. So I believe it's and goal, correct?
No, they can get it at the 1.
They can go down to the 1. I apologize. So that means that was at the 11. So 3rd and 5. They can get a first down at the 1. You see King behind him again. 2 receivers to the left, Cosgrove and Cox, and they hand it off to King, but a great play there by B.J. Johnson. Nice job on his assignment. Oh, no yards on the play, so this is going to be 4th and
Looks like they're keeping
5.
Offense out there, too. It's not too surprising. They've kind of had their way, and you don't get anything here. You got them pinned down. And Mount Vernon's had a hard time moving the ball against Brebeuf's D.
All right, here we go. Beaucamp looking to his right. He's going in the corner, and he gets it to number 1, Nate Johnson, for the touchdown.
Johnson's a great athlete in terms of not only doing it, excuse me, saw him on a 30-plus play earlier on the outside, and then obviously has the touchdown here.
You can see it. He runs that into the corner, and that is the touchdown.
And does things defensively and on a returner, too. So he himself, like Mason, is much in a utility guy for them as well. But what a great body that he's got on him, 6 foot, 205, and all conference, as we mentioned before, last year.
21-0, 3:34 to go in the first quarter. You're watching SRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Fans, are you ready to get even closer to all the action with IndianaSRN? Subscribe now and never miss a moment. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and get instant access to exclusive live streams. Stay updated with real-time scores and breaking news by following us on Twitter, your ultimate source for everything Indiana sports related. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube and smash that follow on Twitter. Join the IndianaSRN family today and take your passion for high school and college sports to the next level.
Bertner Electric Incorporated provides professional commercial electrical contractor services to Indianapolis and surrounding communities. Locally owned and operated for over 30 years, our knowledge and experience make us the perfect choice for all your commercial electrical contractor needs. Contact us today.
We are back 21-0. Brebeuf Jesuit leads Mount Vernon here with 3:34 to go in the first quarter from Dellen Field at Hancock Health Stadium on the campus of Mount Vernon High School. With alongside Craig Cox, I am Sean Kroll. And it is week 2 in the IHSAA, and things are rolling right along. We'll get you some scores here in a minute. We'll recap the first half as we wind down here in the second quarter and head to the halftime show. Kickoff goes deep, going to be caught at the 7. It's taken up to, looks like they'll mark it at the 25 by Crew Hampton. They'll mark it at the 26. And 3:22 left for Mount Vernon to get something done here, Coach.
Well, again, I think all their success, at least that we've seen up to this point, they're going to have to make some adjustments in terms of calling out how this defensive front and even some of the blitzes that they've thrown with a couple of their linebackers has just caused Mount Vernon some problems tonight. Not opportunities to get time to read down the field, and then when they're running, most of the time they're getting hit in negative territory from the line of scrimmage.
Well, Joshua Rogers is in on the defensive line now to go with Brennan Kaufman, as well as Charlie Austin, number 29. They've done a great job in getting penetration and causing nothing but problems for the Marauders, as even though it looks like it's a throwing opportunity here, Max Myers back in at quarterback.
Well, it's good to see Kobe James back in as well. Kind of came hobbled up on the last possession with going down, but he's back there as well.
All right, let's see what the Marauders can do here. 3:26 to go. They have one timeout left. Those are what those dashes are under their logos on the screen, and they are going to fake it, and Myers going to go deep. And it's caught. It is caught by Crew Hampton. Big play down to the 28-yard line. 28-yard line of Brebeuf Jesuit. Huge play. And we're ready to go. And Myers going to keep it. He's going to follow his blocker of Kobe James, and he's going to get down to about the 19, close to a first down.
Well, good positive. It's what we kind of saw on the first possession that Mount Vernon had, and it came up empty, but can't tell you how important it would be for them to be able to get some points on the board before going in here to half. But, again, got some more work to do, but certainly give them credit for kind of going vertical on the play before.
And you definitely want to try and eat some time as well, too, and not give the ball back to Brebeuf as Kobe James gets it, but quickly is the big man, Jeff Walker. It is Joshua Rogers, 6'3", 280 on the defensive front on that stop, and it's going to be third down. Meyer keeps it, nowhere to go. Penetration there by Brennan Kaufman. We're going to have to see where they mark it.
It was interesting enough when Myers took that snap, it was very delayed. I mean, you get that and you only got 1 yard, you got to snap and go. I mean, just kind of stood up and kind of paused before he actually made his decision. But that was tough, and I think it resulted in no gain here. Actually, a loss.
It's at the 19 now.
They got 3rd and 2 now.
I thought they were at the 19 after that run by Meyer. I thought he went down to the 19, which would have made it, according to my calculations.
Yeah, if it was, the ball's placed there again, so it's no gain, but looks like it's 3rd and 2. But yeah, it's a long one.
It is definitely a long one, so it's going to be 4th and 1. You can see the chain on the far right of the screen.
Yeah, but I think it's 3rd down.
Oh, I think it's 3rd down.
Yeah, it is. It's 3rd.
It's 4th. Myers ran. Is it 4th or 3rd?
No, it's 3rd because they had the first down on the play, and then they ran it with Myers, and then just did it with Jacoby.
I think there's some confusion as Brebeuf is going to take a timeout here. We'll be back for the end of the first half. You're watching IndianaSRN.
Looking to elevate your brand? Choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for all your print, signs, promo products, apparel, and mailing services. Serving Indianapolis for over 50 years. Dynamark, where strong relationships are built through exceptional service.
I'm Randy Stegemuller with Class 101. Students want to go to college, they want to find that dream school, and that's what we're here for.
The confidence your child feels is beyond what you imagine you're going to get out of it.
I love that I get to work with students from middle school all the way through high school.
Whatever it may be, I know she's there.
We're making sure that when the package is put together at the very end and we apply to a college, that they rise to the top of the list.
How can you not sign up?
4th and 1 from the 19. Meyer in close, and now we've got a whistle blown again. And there's some confusion. No, they just had some issues there. As I wonder if it was the play clock. All right, we're set again. Max Meyer at quarterback. Deep behind him is Zach Spalding, like 7 yards.
Really deep.
Yeah.
2 yards deeper than normal.
This is semi-tush push?
And it's a short one, too.
Are they taking the play clock down, waiting to see what they want to do?
Well, Brebeuf has the
here we go
front time. And they'll use their final timeout.
Yeah, Mount Vernon calls their last time out. We will let you once again know that the first half is brought to you by Morales Group, IndianaSRN, Industrial and Electrical Sales of Indiana, LifeWise Academy, Aspen Creek Grill, and Boilermakers 374. Do we have any updated scores, Craig?
Yeah, latest that we have is Indian Creek 21-7 over Heritage Christian. Greenwood 7-0 over Franklin Central. North Central over HSE 7-3. LN still putting it on Fishers 27-0. Chittard 7-0 over Leo. Danville Cascade, one of the better ones in the area, along with Carmel and Westfield. Danville over Cascade 14-7, and Carmel still over Westfield 14-0. Lebanon and Webo, the Battle of Boone County, as you might have it, locked at 7.
Fort Wayne Carroll beating Center Grove 3-0 in the first quarter. And New Pal up on East Central 6-0 in the second quarter.
And here we're going shotgun now out of 4th and a half yard.
Interesting. They're going to think about throwing it to B.J. Johnson. Got a little razzle-dazzle and got the out route there. Nice job for the touchdown as it goes to Carson Patterson, and Mount Vernon scores.
Well, what a great call. I mean, misdirection, and, that was after a couple timeouts. We'll get the replay here to you. Just great misdirection. They've ran that play a few times and actually handed it off as they have to B.J. Johnson, but this time hits the tight end in the flat. So great job here, great call, and what a great way to get themselves put on the board.
Little razzle-dazzle for the extra point as Keegan Rauch is on, freshman, for the extra point. And it is up, and it is good. Extra point is good, and that makes it 21-7. Mount Vernon is on the board. We'll be back. You'll always have a front row seat with IndianaSRN.
Shocking sensation of being on a business trip where everything goes right. Backed up by a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Feel the advantage. Feel the Hamptonality.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
We are back as Mount Vernon gets set to kick off. as we're 2.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. And Nate Johnson breaks free, spin move, put him in the washer and dryer, and it's going to go down to the 40-yard line of Mount Vernon. What a great return by Nate Johnson. But there is a flag on the play.
Yeah, a lot of times you'll get that too. About a 45-yard return. But this has all the indicators of coming back, and especially when you see the offensive team walking backwards. But again, a lot to speak about through Nate Johnson. I mean, just what a great athlete, doing it on both sides of the ball, really all three, because he's a returner, as we just see as well. But what a great piece that he is, obviously being a senior.
There you go, a hold on Brebeuf, and that will take it back, as it would have been at the Mount Vernon 40. But no.
Back at about the 25 or so.
Yeah, I think is it from the actual infraction or from where they caught it?
Well, it should be from the spot and going back 10 yards.
So it's going to go back to the 19.
But again, a lot of time here to work with. Brebeuf has shown the ability tonight to move the ball and move the ball quickly. I think this is where you got to be able, if you're Mount Vernon, to answer the score you just had and get a stop to hit in this locker room.
All right, Beaucamp in shotgun, looking to his left. Nice rush. It's flushed out to his left. Throws it, and it is incomplete. Got some pressure there from Carson Patterson, who just got the touchdown, and it's going to be second down.
Great job there, though, Beaucamp being able to get out of the pocket. It's the right thing to do. If you can't make it with your arm, then you can possibly make a decision and run it. But good job there of getting out of the pocket as he was flushed from it.
It'll be 2nd and 10 now from the 19. 2:14 to go, as you can see a ticker at the bottom. The score bug, as you will be, not the ticker, score bug, as Beaucamp again with King next to him. Trips to the far side, looking to his left again, slings it out there, and it is caught by Cosgrove, and he's going to get up to about the 32. They're going to mark him the 33.
Yeah, that's what you want. Little out route, use the sideline, kind of save the one timeout that you have, get positive yards, move the chains, and stop the clock at the same time.
Maybe that's what we need from Jerry is a high school score ticker at the bottom. Since ESPN got rid of it, we'll take it.
That's it. We can do the updates there.
Trips to the near side. Quick hitter out to Cosgrove, looking for some blocks, trying to find some space. He gets up to the 40. Nice tackle there.
And look for the tempo here, the pace, looking for the hurry up. Try to, again, maintain that last timeout.
Keithan Lasley on that tackle, as it's going to be 2nd and 3. Beaucamp looking to his left. Slings down nice coverage there. Oh, and they're going to get a flag. They're going to get the call on Kyler Smith as he ran through Johnson. So that's going to get them a first down.
Well, certainly a tough one there for Keegan Beaucamp to make that. I mean, he was covered. That's one you go through your progressions, look at the second one or tuck and run and try to get some positive yards, because you still got plenty of time, even without the one timeout that they have. Still enough time to operate. But again, it played to their advantage by getting the penalty that they got, but just a tough one to try to squeeze in there.
It's going to take it to the 45 of Mount Vernon. So 1st and 10 for the Braves, and you desperately need to stop here if you're the Marauders. You don't want to get that touchdown, then immediately give it back before half. Yeah. Beaucamp again in the shotgun. I think it's Warren. I can't tell if it's 5 or 6. We'll see here in a second. It's 5. It's Warren. Wide receiver screen, double pass. Cosgrove going deep, and it is almost picked off. He was trying to go to Warren, and it was covered there by Keithan Lasley, senior corner. As a little razzle-dazzle there from the Braves.
Well, something we haven't seen, but I mean it's expected with Getsky, but the former quarterback in college, but it's one we haven't seen any trickery from either team. So a good time to call it. Trying to catch them off guard just was obviously underthrown.
And for those of you who don't understand, if you throw the pass, if the quarterback throws the pass backwards, then Cosgrove can throw it again. So we got 2nd and 10 here. Beaucamp looking to his left, going deep with the rocket, and he got it. Oh, my goodness, what a catch by Cox. Draped, but still caught it. What an absolute missile there from Beaucamp, and it's down to the 13-yard line.
Well, great pass to not only put it in traffic, but put it at a spot where he could high point it. So great job by Jeb in getting that.
Looking to his right, going for the corner out again, and wide open, guess who? Nate Johnson.
He's got the hat trick.
Yes, he does. Where are all the hats going to get thrown on the field now? Oh, wait, never mind. We're not
Squids.
at yeah. Oh, hey,
octopuses.
No, we don't talk about Detroit hockey now. Come on. 3rd touchdown pass, 28-6 and 13 now yards from Beaucamp to Johnson. Johnson runs a little – he's the slot receiver, runs a little out, mix up into coverage, and that is a touchdown.
Well, last week it was Cosgrove with the hat trick and with 3 touchdowns, and this week it's Johnson. So
and he went to coach and said, hey, where's my love?
We're right.
Give me some. Kick is up, and it is good. 28-7 here with 1:17 to go in the first half. We'll be back. SRN, you always have a front row seat.
It's really important to us that we show hospitality to all of our guests, and it starts right when they come in the front door. We spend a lot of time making things from scratch. Our menu has tremendous variety on it with everything from fresh cut steaks, but seafood, chicken, pork, sandwiches, salads, you name it, we have it. We're thrilled to be here. We have such belief and faith in the vibrancy of this community.
We thought this was a great opportunity for us to be in the town of Whitestown, given its growth, given the demographics are exploding here. We wanted to get in here and make sure we had something good for you guys.
Sour cream only there for you.
We know that more and more people are moving here and settling down here and raising families here. So, yeah, we're thrilled to be here.
I got a full stomach.
Hey, we are back. Dellen Field, and it's 28-7. Brebeuf Jesuit over Mount Vernon. 3 touchdown passes from Keegan Beaucamp to Nate Johnson, and a Keegan Beaucamp 3-yard rushing touchdown. On the opposite side, as that kickoff goes deep, and Hampton brings it back, and a 19-yard pass from Max Meyer to Patterson, the lone score for Mount Vernon. Minute 11 they've got on the clock, and they might have to try and go deep here again, Coach.
Well, certainly had success on the 2 times that they have gone deep, if you will. But it's been the opportunity that has been far less than more here tonight for the Marauder offense.
Well, starting again from the 26, as they did on their previous drive, where they drove 74 yards for a touchdown in 5 plays. As Max Meyer again in the shotgun at quarterback, and he's looking to throw. Looking to his left side, goes across the middle, and it's dropped by B.J. Johnson.
Well, tough at that because, here you're operating. I mean, I know that's where he had to maybe look to go, but when you're working the middle of the field with only a minute to go and you're negative field position, you have no timeouts.
Yep.
You got to really be looking at making the sideline your teammate.
We'll see. You got 2 receivers there to the far side, the short side. And B.J. Johnson, you can see in the screen here on the left. I think there's another one wide out there as Meyer takes it. And they do throw it out wide to Crew Hampton, and he's going to get up to about the 36-yard line. Stays in bounds, but it's a first down.
Yeah, you got to go quick here. You almost got to have 2 plays called on every possession. All
right, Max Meyer again with Jones back there with him. Meyer in trouble. There is a flag. That's a hold. So that's going to come back probably no matter what, as that does go to Crew Hampton up at the 44. But I got a feeling that one's coming back. We'll wait for the call. Pretty sure it's going to be holding, though. It is. And that will set Mount Vernon back. And that'll take it back to the 26 again where they started. All right. Max Meyer back to throw. Comes down the sideline, and it was between B.J. Johnson and Ian McCullough there. And it's going to be second down and 20 from the 26. All right. Meyer getting B.J. Johnson to go to the right side. Two receivers near side, one receiver split wide. Myers got it, looking to his right, flushed out of his pocket, rolling left. He's going to run. He's going to get out of bounds at about the 36. So that will be 3rd and 10. Yeah, 3rd and 10 with 30 seconds left to play. Oh, Kobe James in the backfield with Meyer. You can see your two receivers here to the near side. As Meyer gets it and fakes, gets a block, running a screen. Here comes James. He's got room. He's going to get the first down and get out of bounds both.
Yeah, and obviously if you're Mount Vernon, it's exactly what you want. But on the flip side of that, if you're Brebeuf, that can't be what you allow. You got to protect those sidelines, force them in the middle of the field. They have no timeouts. You only got time if you force that and keep them away from the sideline. They only got time for maybe 2 plays tops, even in a hurry-up pace with no huddle.
24 seconds. Here we go. Meyer takes the snap, looking to his left, going deep. And nope, overthrew everybody. And looking for a flag is Ian McCullough, but he was overthrown. Quick update, Indian Creek up 35-7 at Heritage Christian. As 2nd and 10, 18 seconds. Do you want to try and at least get in field goal position here, Coach, to give you something before halftime?
I don't know much about their field goal kicker, but at the same time, you probably need every bit of 30 yards.
That is true.
It's
out left and fell down. The receiver, McCullough, fell down. He was open, and they had a shot there. So it'll be 3rd and down now with 14 seconds to go. Turf Monster got him. You definitely got to hit the sidelines now.
Yeah, if you don't get sidelines here, then this is the last play of the quarter.
Meyer back, looking to his left, got a rush, avoiding the rush, going deep, and it is overthrown. Looked like he was trying. Couldn't see who that was. Was that McCullough again on the play? And that's going to be 4th down.
Perfect time for the hook and ladder.
Oh, 1982.
Yeah, take it.
Dolphins Chargers. Oh, what do they call? Was there a penalty? There is a flag.
A personal foul.
Roughing the passer. So that will give Mount Vernon a first down.
Well, and you got time here to, maybe go 2 plays to the end zone.
With that pass rush, boy, 7.5.
35. Probably a quick out route if you can get it. If not, look at your second progression and go deep.
37-yard line of Brebeuf Jesuit, and Coach Gesky has to be steaming at that penalty. but Meyer, empty set now, 5 receivers, and we'll see where he goes, but you got to get protection. As he's set, he's going down in towards the end zone. Look for McCullough, and it is incomplete. McCullough again begging for a penalty as there's 1.1 seconds left to go, and they got one more shot. See what they do here.
Well, Myers certainly has the arm to get it there. It's
He
just
does.
a matter of if you can throw it in a bunch and try to hope for a tip ball, if you will. Yeah, 4 out to the top of your screen.
Yeah, 4 to the far side, as I think we're going to get Brebeuf calling their last timeout. We'll be back with the final play of the first half. You're watching IndianaSRN.
They say nice guys don't finish first. So maybe it's time to reconsider what it means to be first.
It's about being your best, but knowing you could be even better.
It's being present, but respectful of history.
It's donating something more valuable than money.
It's believing in yourself and something bigger.
It's coming from different families, but treating each other like brothers.
It's not just being a man, it's being a Mason.
Hey sports fans, are you ready to get even closer to all the action with IndianaSRN? Subscribe now and never miss a moment. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and get instant access to exclusive live streams. Stay updated with real-time scores and breaking news by following us on Twitter, your ultimate source for everything Indiana sports related. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube and smash that follow on Twitter. Join the IndianaSRN.
Here we go, final play of the half. From the 37, Max Meyer back to pass, needs protection. Goes deep as the horn sounds, and it's up and intercepted. Boy, that was almost Michigan, Colorado all over again. Michael Westbrook.
You're really going back there.
I am going back, but that was an interception by number 5 of Brebeuf, which would be, Carter Cosgrove, who was in for that. But it's going to be holding on Mount Vernon, and that will end the half. At halftime, Brebeuf 28, Mount Vernon 7. And Craig, thoughts so far on the first half?
Well, I think it's one that Brebeuf is. It's not just the score that they've controlled, but they've controlled the score because they've controlled the ball, the possession. Just controlled the ball in a great deal, and I think that they've just had the better balance. But I think that that's caused is how they've been the diversity that they've had in mixing things up with the run and the pass, getting Beaucamp out of the pocket. But I think defensively, Brebeuf has just, implied their presence up front and has just caused havoc for Mount Vernon and putting them into positions where they just don't have time to make decisions.
It's super interesting where, in the beginning of the game, I thought Brebeuf was doing a great job running the ball with Jasir King, but then they just started to sling it, and boy, Nate Johnson has had a whale of a game for Brebeuf. 3 touchdown catches so far, of 28 yards, of 6 yards, and of 13 yards. And what can you do in your defensive backfield if you're Mount Vernon?
Well, cover for one, but I think that's the second thing is you got to be able to get a little bit more presence up front from your D line.
Yeah.
Doesn't give them as much time to get down the field or find the open spots. So you put so much more pressure on your defensive backfield when you can't get pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah, Brebeuf's had great coverage on their defensive side because they've been able to get pressure on Max Meyer and the other quarterbacks for Mount Vernon. All right, we will break for the halftime show. It is Brebeuf Jesuit 28, Mount Vernon 7 here on IndianaSRN.
Brian Chrisman joins me today. And Brian, talk a little bit about the winter and Wheeler Mission and how important it is for people to help Wheeler Mission, because winter means homeless and homeless means people in the cold. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, we have
we really serve a lot of people year-round, no matter what the weather is, right? And so we serve anywhere from 700 to 900 people who are experiencing homelessness every single night. But when winter hits, that can become life or death. So if you're stuck out in the cold, happens every year, IMPD will find people out in the cold and encourage them to come in. But if they don't catch them in time, I mean, again, life and death. And so it's vital that our doors are open. And so we do that. Our staff shows up every day to make sure our doors are open. We serve 1,000 meals a day plus every single day. That's a nice, warm, nutritious meal. Donors provide that. Donors provide our food, coffee, something hot to drink. You know, donors provide that. So there's a lot of opportunities to get involved at Wheeler to make sure we can get through winter, or to work at Wheeler. We need staff, and so we're always looking for staff to get us through the winter time. We spread ourselves thin during winter, making sure that anybody can find space, and so we have bed capacities. For sure, but we go beyond that every winter to make sure that the city has an option for people who are experiencing homelessness in the dead of winter.
Schools out there that are watching this program with our reach, maybe they want to do a sock drive, or they want to do a sweatshirt drive. They can contact our office at IndianaSRN, or they can contact you. Where's a contact, or who would be a contact that maybe we want to do a sock drive? I think that would be a great idea for SRN to start one of those sock drives. How would that? What does that look like?
Yeah, so if you go to wheelermission.org, we have our needs lists that are right there on our website. Those change sometimes in the winter, but there are some needs that are pretty much continual when it comes to hygiene items, when it comes to warm items to get us through the winter. So when you're talking about coats, especially bigger sizes for people that come through, we want to make sure a lot of people that come to our mission, they come with the clothes on their back, right? And so we need to make sure they have something to wear during their stay with us, and which could be for a few weeks, could be for a couple months. And so go to our website, wheelermission.org. You can donate directly there, whether it's a financial donation, or you can look at our needs list. You can even find drop-off locations. You could drop it off at some of the barns that we have around the city, or come right down to Wheeler Mission, drop it off right there. But we need this community's support. So greatest thing about Indianapolis is it is a generous community.
Yes.
It is a community that steps up when there's a need. And there's 1,700 homeless individuals in our community. That number has risen 5% just over the last year. Wheeler Mission is the main place for those individuals to go, has been since 1893, over 130 years. And so support that ministry so that those doors can be open, making sure that every man, woman, and child that needs to come inside can come inside and not only get warm, but get nutritious meals, food, shelter, and care. And so beyond that, we take them through a whole journey of program to make sure that they come out our back door different people. But the first things first, right? Get them fed and get them warm and get them safe.
Since it's basketball season and we cover over 300 games a year on IndianaSRN, we challenge our basketball teams and our basketball programs to get involved. There are meals that need to be served. Tell our teams out there how they can help and serve meals.
Yeah, no better way to really open your eyes to the community's needs than to stand in front of people who are desperately in need and hand them a meal, hand them what they're asking for that day. So great group opportunity is to volunteer at Wheeler Mission. You can go to wheelervolunteer.org. You can sign up a group. It can take an hour and a half to come down and serve a lunch. You can get 12, 15 people involved in that, a dinner, come down either at our men's shelter or our women's shelter. It's a really cool experience for teams, not only to help in a way that you're making a difference, but to see the people that you're helping, right? To hand a meal to someone and smile and say hi to someone literally in their darkest moment, right? So
best assist they can ever make.
Oh yeah,
is to serve a meal.
It's a good point. It's a slam dunk.
It's a slam dunk, exactly. For IndianaSRN, this is Keith Myers.
From game-winning touchdowns to buzzer-beating thrillers, this is where local sports live. Multi-camera action, expert analysis, every hit, sweep, and highlight brought straight to your screen. Don't just watch the game, experience it live, anytime, anywhere. IndianaSRN, Central Indiana's leader in live sports.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
For Mount Vernon. Hurdle looking right, now over the middle, fires, and it's in there for a touchdown. What a throw. Boy, what a stick, huh? Side out, back to the middle, and guess what? You want a point on the other side, you go to Taylor Lewis.
Here's Freeman. Has an opening shot. Score!
Stafford around a screen. Skip pass. Mays with 3. Mays drive. Floater up and in at the horn.
Hand off and nice hole over the near side. 40, 35, 30. Block to the outside. 20, 15, 10, 5, and touchdown. And that's a big one right there. And finally, somebody gets on the board.
I'll do the hey, follow us at IndianaSRN. Stay connected with Indiana High School sports all season long on Twitter or X, whichever you prefer. At IndianaSRN on YouTube, IndianaSRN. Follow us for live webcasts, game updates, highlights, scores, and stories celebrating Indiana student athletes and communities. Speaking of score updates, what do you got for us, Craig?
The latest updates we have, most of these are in their third quarter. Crown Point 7-6 over Pike. Indian Creek just continuing to put on Heritage Christian 42-7. North Central 14-3 over Hamilton Southeastern.
14-9.
They did score.
Yeah.
Okay. 34-0 Lawrence North over Fishers. Chittard, one of our other games that SRN is carrying for you tonight. They're up 28-0 on Leo. Danville over Cascade in the third quarter, 28-14. Carmel being up on Westfield 14-0, but the Shamrocks have rushed back into this game and now lead 21-14. So 21 unanswered there for the Shamrocks. Got the Boone County lockup is just that. It's 14-14 with Webo and Lebanon. Center Grove over Carroll Fort Wayne, 14-3. Started the third quarter. And one of the other powerhouse games between two big programs is New Pal and East Central. New Pal leading that 7-6. And then the two-time state champion in 6A, Brownsburg, has an out-of-state opponent tonight in Gwinnett Northern, and they're up 21-7 in the third as well.
Yeah, lots of games upcoming, too, on the family of networks. We got volleyball early next week. And on next Thursday, Greenwood Christian Covenant Christian Volleyball. Then we have Greenfield Central at Mount Vernon next Friday night, as well as Purdue Poly and Covenant Christian. We also, I believe, have Pendleton Heights and Kokomo, and coming soon, HCAC football. Oh, yes, it is that time. North Park and Franklin College, Saturday on HCAC.tv, as well as DePaul visiting Rose-Hulman on RHIT.tv. IndianaSRN is your home for all local high school and college sports. It's almost HCAC time. Love it. We got a little bit of time left before the second half. We'll take another break, and we'll be back with the second half on IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Hello and welcome to Game Day. My name is Keith Myers. I'm the Vice President of IndianaSRN. We're glad that you joined us today. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN, which means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
IndianaSRN wants to put more kids on TV. And honestly, that's exactly what these kids deserve. They stream more than 350 high school and college games every year, giving Indiana athletes the spotlight they've earned. All games are free to watch with On Demand on their YouTube channel. The cost is amazingly affordable, which means more kids get their moment to shine. IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Did you know, according to the National Federation of High Schools, 80% of new officials quit the game after just 2 seasons because of abusive behavior from the stands and sidelines?
Your kid's Friday night touchdown. Just Wit HD on Roku. IndianaSRN is bringing Central Indiana high school sports right to your living room in crystal clear quality. With over 350 live contests streaming each year, from football under the lights to basketball buzzer beaters, we're putting local athletes in the spotlight. Search IndianaSRN on your Roku device today and never miss a moment of hometown glory.
We are back with just a little bit left before halftime. You've seen the lights take effect as it is Friday Night Lights in the state of Indiana, where Brebeuf Jesuit leads Mount Vernon 28-7. Mount Vernon 2 received the second half kickoff. I don't want to say it's a must-score situation for Mount Vernon, but Craig, they desperately need to figure something out offensively to A, block Brebeuf's defensive line, but to get some scores so they can try and, break into this deficit a little bit.
No, there's no question. I mean, they got to be in a position where they're doing a little bit better, and obviously having a halftime, having a coach like Coach Kirshner, I would anticipate some, obviously, adjustments, but it's clear and simple that they got to be able to find a little bit different point of attack to be able to pick up these blitzes and the penetration that's being given up from the Mount Vernon offensive front. There's just no time really for the quarterbacks, regardless. It's been a couple that we've seen in decision making, and there's just hasn't been any ability to get any type of fluidity going within their offense.
On the opposite side, they got to figure out a way to stop the Beaucamp to Johnson connection, as they have had 3 touchdown passes. Week 1, it was Carter Cosgrove. This week, it is Nate Johnson, and like we had said before halftime, I think the key to that is for Mount Vernon to try and get some pressure on Beaucamp and flush him out of the pocket and not leave it all on the defensive backs to try and cover for so long.
Well, yeah, that's a big part of it. And I think the other piece is that, Brebeuf has done a great job in terms of their balance, and it's kind of kept Mount Vernon's defense at bay. I mean, there's been a lot that Johnson's been able to do, and they've done it mostly through the air. Interesting enough, with what we have seen in terms of Brebeuf running the ball early on, it was really good, and it was mostly Jasir King, who we really haven't seen much of the second quarter. Jaden Warren came in, so I don't know if something may have happened to him in terms of an injury or something that we haven't been given any info, but it's been more Warren. But again, when your passing attack is working and you're still able to move chains and move down the field like they have, it's put them up. So I think at this point there's not much difference that you change if you're Coach Geske and the Brebeuf Braves.
And Brebeuf lost one of their defensive linemen early in the first half to injury. He has not returned, so even their backups have been able to get some pressure on Max Meyer as he's kind of settled in as the main quarterback for Mount Vernon. Early in the game, when it was passing situations, they'd bring in senior Luke Dirks, but for the most part, it's been senior Mason Meyer as the quarterback. He is their go-to guy. When Dirks comes into quarterback, he's looking for number 5, so he's an important guy for this Marauder team.
Well, and it's one that's kind of been the big bright spot that they've had. I mean, Meyer is somebody that's kind of utility guy. We talked about that earlier, whether it's at quarterback, whether it's at running back. He's even been put at receiver at times, and then, defensively. So he's a good athlete and one that can certainly make some things happen. It's just been, not very many opportunities here tonight because Brebeuf has just kind of wreaked havoc and put themselves in a position where they've established the presence of their rush.
As we're looking at the screen here, we can see Coach Kirchner as he's working with his Marauder team. Let's never lose sight of the fact that they are technically called a coach, but they're still teachers.
Oh, without question. I mean, that a lot of times at the end of the day, and coming from a teacher yourself, but I think at the end of the day, there's a lot of times in coaching, you're always under a microscope. At years I did it in the basketball presence, and I think naturally sometimes it can be a little bit different when you're coaching basketball. You're always forward facing to the crowd, whereas with football, the crowd's at your back. So a lot more is on display when you're coaching basketball. But at the end of the day, there's so much that goes into the life of a coach, and you're a mentor, you're a teacher, you're a secondary parent in some respects, and trying to, mold these young men outside of the classroom and character and discipline and commitment. And there's just so much that goes into the preparation and the accountability sides of it, and how much you try to bring guys together collectively for one cause and one driven mission. And there's just so much that goes into it. And, I think every sport is a grind. I mean, football, I think at times is naturally, I think it's always put on a different level because of the nature of the sport.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's not just about football that we're bringing to you here tonight in your living room. It's across the board with not only these young men, but young ladies as well on the girl side of things. It's just it's great to see. And then I think the other thing is the athletic directors. I mean, you have it up front being a teacher at HSE. And how much goes into it? It's just game day operation, getting the setup and things and corralling everybody for one accord. So it just becomes very communal in the efforts of driving these student athletes.
Which is why I think, when you hear athletes like, as we get set for the second half kickoff brought to you by the Indy Star, you hear athletes like Kirk Cousins, who says, if he could play any time, it'd be Friday Night Lights.
Right.
My town against your town. Let's see who's better. As back for the kickoff return is A.J. Crenshaw. He'll take it to the 26-yard line, where Mount Vernon will take over here early in the third quarter.
Yeah, Sean, I mean, just like you were saying in the reference to Kirk Cousins, is, there's so many professional athletes as well where, they will look back and reflect and say what's some of the best times. And it's usually typically more times than not, not just with football, but it's about high school athletics. It's always so innocent time. It's not so as high pressure. And what the game is collegiately and even professionally becomes so much more about the money, but it's just where it's innocently done and where it's just, you go back and you think about the camaraderie.
I hope NIL never comes to high school. As Johnson's in motion, Meyer looking to his left, going deep on the first play, looking for McCullough. Close. And once again, he gets up and says, hey, where was the flag? As that pass is overthrown. By the way, fun fact, this is the 5th consecutive drive for Mount Vernon that has started at the 26-yard line.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I like the quirkiness of it.
Well, I don't know. I'm not a lottery player, but if they had a daily 2,
Yeah,
then I guess you could play the 2 and the 6, right?
Yeah. Directly under center, there's a nice little wide receiver handoff to B.J. Johnson. He'll get up to the 30-yard line.
Well, and B.J.'s one that's had 2 of probably the 3 bigger plays for the Mount Vernon offense tonight. They had the one deep one to Myers, and the other 2 were to Johnson. So, he's a great athlete. We see, obviously, Jacoby back in there as we were without him a bit. He came back from that.
Dirk's at QB. Dirk's in at QB here, 3rd down and 6, as Meyer is in the H-back position on the right-hand side. May go in motion, as he does, across to the left. And Dirks hands it to Kobe James, and it is stuffed. Stuffed by Gabe Cox. Had the read. They're probably going to lose yards on that play, and it's going to be 4th down, and the punt team comes in.
Well, Dirk's in. It kind of had me thinking they were going to be passing, but obviously wasn't fooled by the Braves defense here. Get another loss of a yard and force this punt. Certainly not what you want if you're Kirshner coming out of the half and going 3 and out.
Yeah, I can understand, putting Meyer in the motion to the left and then, that was almost blocked. And then trying to run right, but didn't work out for him, as that punt's going to be down at the Brebeuf 45-yard line. And they'll take over with 10:23 to go here in the second quarter. Hey, the second half. Our second half is sponsored by KOA Indianapolis. Make your next trip an adventure. KOA offers camping fun for all ages. KOA, where family memories begin. And as always, sportsmanship starts with you. Respect the officials. Respect the game. Keegan Beaucamp back in the shotgun with Jazir King in the backfield. 2 receivers to the far side. And he takes it, hands it off to King. And left side, lots of space. He's going to get a first down, as he's eventually brought down by B.J. Johnson, who sadly has gotten more action on defense than on offense tonight. As that's a nice 10-yard chunk play there for the Braves. Back to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers out there on the left-hand side, and they're going to pitch it wide to King now. Looking to get some blocking. They do. He still fires through and gets to, where are they going to mark that at? I believe that is the 39-yard line. Gain of 6. And it'll be 2nd and 4. A lot of options here on a short second down play you can go to.
Well, and it's a great position to be in when you're very not only manageable, but you always love to be second down and having less than 5. You're right. A lot of different play calls that you can go with here.
Beaucamp looking to his right, and he throws it to a new receiver, Brian Vaughn, sophomore. And that's going to go down to the 28-yard line. It'll be another first down.
Well, great check down there. Great call. DBs were off, 8 to 10 yard. Get them, backpedal them, get your feet in the ground quick. Just stop your route. Just a quick hitch. So really good job there by the Brebeuf offense.
Once again, they got 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Beaucamp hands off to King. He's going to head to the left-hand side this time. Fumble on the ground. Mount Vernon has it. Huge play for the Marauders. They needed that. And guess who? It is Carson Patterson who scored the touchdown early in the first half on a touchdown catch, and he recovers the fumble. Big play.
Well,
King goes in, yeah.
These are the types of things, certainly. I mean, it's one thing for the player to already feel bad about it, but anytime you're putting the ball on the carpet's never a good thing. You got to try to minimize the turnovers. Certainly, I know he's hating it going to the sideline as well, but certainly Brebeuf was moving the ball as they have been all night. but give Marauders credit for being active with the helmets and the hands here, and not only that, but to get it recovered.
In a team like Mount Vernon, when you're down like this, yes, you want to try and obviously make plays to score, as Myers here in hand keeps it from Kobe James. Doesn't get much, maybe 2. You want to take advantage of the mistakes the other teams make.
No, without a doubt. I mean, it's just like the points off turnovers on any sport and any level is paramount. And, but it continues to give Brebeuf credit. It's not only what they've put points on the board offensively, but what they continue to do defensively. They just have made Mount Vernon totally uncomfortable and just haven't been able to get in sync.
Oh,
unless you jump off sides.
Unless you jump off. They were chomping at the bit to get at Max Meyer, and it's going to cost him 5 yards. And it is going to make it 2nd and 3 from the 37-yard line. So nice job with the cadence there by Max Meyer to draw Brebeuf Jesuit offsides. Same formation. Meyer has it, looking to pass, looking to his left, slings it out quick to Crew Hampton, and that's going to be enough for a first down up to the 43-yard line. So there's your first down in the second half, and quickly to the line of scrimmage is Mount Vernon. And they're going to try and draw them off. They look to the sidelines for the play call from Toby Jacobs. And Meyer again set and ready to go. Johnson in motion to the right. Meyer looking to his right, goes across the middle to Johnson. And a nice throw and catch down to the 40-yard line. Oh, they're saying no catch. Ooh, I thought he caught it. I thought he caught it and put the ball down. I thought he caught it and then set the ball down where he landed. Let's take a look at that again. Hit, ball. Oh no, it didn't.
No.
Yeah, he was saying he made a football move, but no. So it'll be second down from the 43-yard line again. It was a great play call, great execution, just nice hit there. On the play. I think that might have been Gabe Cox, but not sure for Brebeuf Jesuit. Now they're going to hand it off to Kobe James, and quickly in Eli Drake, the linebacker, stuffs it for no gain. It'll be 3rd and 10 in their own territory for the Marauders. They really have no answer, does Mount Vernon, for whoever Brebeuf Jesuit brings in pressure, whether it's a run-stopping blitz or whether they're bringing linebackers up. They just don't have an answer for any of them.
No, it's and I think Brebeuf has been constant all night. I think that some of this has been a little bit predictable as it appears with some of the offensive calls so far. Just have mixed things up enough. But they're just doing a great job of reading.
Myers back, looking to his left, and he throws it short. He was looking for B.J. Johnson, and it's going to be 4th down as that pass play did not work. And we'll see. It looks like nope, they're going to punt. The punt team comes on, and after the turnover, boy, a missed opportunity there for Mount Vernon. Again, though, learning, which is what they do. You can see Coach Kirshner always teaching and gets another member in. He's always counting on special teams as Meyer is set to punt. We'll see who's back for Brebeuf, and that is Nate Johnson. No, it is not Nate Johnson. It is Evan Watson as Brebeuf will take over in their own territory. 7:18 to go here in the third quarter. Hey, follow IndianaSRN. Stay connected with high school sports all season long on Twitter at IndianaSRN, YouTube IndianaSRN. Follow us for live webcasts, game updates, highlights, scores, and stories celebrating Indiana's student athletes and communities. Want IndianaSRN to cover your next game? Email coach at IndianaSRN.org. IndianaSRN, your home for Indiana high school sports. Beaucamp comes in at the 35-yard line here, 7:18 to go, third quarter. And they hand it off to Warren. He's in the backfield now for the Braves, and he's going to get maybe 2. I think they're going to mark him. They'll give him 1.5 maybe. We'll call it the 36. Second and now they're going to mark it at the ball's at 36. With anyway, it's second and not 10. So we'll go with that. 2 receivers to the far side. Beaucamp's back looking to his right. Quickly throws it and gets it to Cooper Todd. And he's going to get up to the 43-yard line. As it will be 3rd and 2 for Brebeuf. Be interested to see the passing stats for Beaucamp. As, oh, no, first down? I must have missed that. Okay. Beaucamp looking to his left, quickly gets it out, and oh my goodness. Zeb Cox ran before he caught it, and therefore he dropped it. So it's going to be 2nd and 10. Got to catch it first, young people. Take your eyes off it. Those things happen. Warren in the backfield again for Brebeuf as Jasir King gets a break. You see trips to the left there as Beaucamp is set to take the snap in constant shotgun. A little screen pass. Yeah, had him fooled. And Warren's coming in, and he's going to get around to the left side, and he's got room. He got a nice block there from Zeb Cox, and he's in Mount Vernon territory with a first down.
Well, great job there by Beaucamp is getting rid of the ball quickly because actually Mount Vernon brought a rush. You know, they run pretty much a 3-4, Mount Vernon does, and just haven't really given a lot of rush tonight. But there they obviously sent the corners as well as we see it. So, but did a great job of releasing and getting that ball out quick.
And there's that block by Zeb Cox, and then Warren kicks left and gets all the way down to the 39. And here we go with 1st and 10 from Mount Vernon's 39. And he hands it off to the Zeb Warren, or to Warren, excuse me, not Zeb Cox. And Warren with a nice chunk play there for Brebeuf Jesuit. And boy, it's nice when you can sit your junior running back Jasir King and bring in a sophomore Jaden Warren and still get big chunk plays.
Well, and they're much built a lot alike. What I've liked in seeing Warren tonight is just his shiftiness. Does a great job with jump cuts, obviously misdirections, doing a really good job of making guys miss as what you want in any running back, let alone one that you're going to have for a couple more years.
2nd and 2, back to Warren, cuts left, nice vision, plenty of space. He's got room, got a block out there from Zeb Cox, and he's going to get a first down inside the red zone at the 14-yard line. That's a 17-yard clip there for Jaden Warren, the sophomore.
Well, and this is Warren didn't have any stats accumulated that we're seeing on Max Preps from last week as well. So whether he got action last week or not, but he didn't have any yards and has really been a bright spot here for the Braves tonight.
And they're going to give him the football again. This is that young man's drive, and he keeps churning those legs, and he's going to get down to about the 7-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 3. Excuse me, the 8-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 4. They can get a first down at the 4. And last time they were in this territory, watch out for Nate Thompson. But this is the Jaden Warren drive. Oh, no, that is Jasir King back in the backfield. And he'll get it down to the 7, a gain of 1. It'll be 3rd and 3.
B.J. Johnson coming up from the defensive back safety area there, actually lining him up at linebacker.
Oh, 3rd and 3, big play here for Mount Vernon, although you have to imagine this is 4 down territory for Brebeuf Jesuit. as Beaucamp takes it, and they're going to stick with the run. Jasir King, and he's going to score.
This does a great job of putting his foot in the ground, and again, just the cuts and the misdirections. Really nice run and really good looking back.
That is a two-headed monster with Warren and King. Warren does most of the dirty work, and then
watch this right
boom.
here. It's like bam right there, yeah. And what's not only good is when he puts his foot in the ground, how quickly he can accelerate off of it. So really good job.
It reminds me of what Gale Sayers, who was my dad's favorite running back growing up until Walter Payton arrived, just give me 18 inches of daylight. That's all I need. And that's what he had right there, and he found the hole and went through it. Extra point is up,
blocked.
and it is blocked. Kick no good. Extra point fails. It is 34-7. We'll be back on IndianaSRN.
It's game day, a time to focus on the excitement and not to worry about your insurance coverage. With Indiana Farmers Insurance by your side, you can step onto the field or into the bleachers with true peace of mind, knowing your coverage is handled by local agents who care about your business, your auto, your home, and your farm as much as you do. Local insurance, local agents, here for you. Now that's what we call teamwork.
I'm Randy Stegemuller with Class 101. Students want to go to college, they want to find that dream school, and that's what we're here for.
The confidence your child feels is beyond what you imagine you're going to get out of it.
I love that I get to work with students from middle school all the way through high school. Whatever it may be, I know she's there.
We're making sure that when the package is put together at the very end and we apply to a college, that they rise to the top of the list.
How can you not sign up?
34-7 is the score. Brebeuf Jesuit leading Mount Vernon here at Mount Vernon High School. It is mid-third quarter, 4 minutes to go, as a blocked extra point on that last touchdown, but Mount Vernon ready to get the ball back, and we are ready to go. Well, eventually. We'll get it. We got Craig trying to find some scores for us here. As trying to update some more scores. And there we go. As short kick there, but Mount Vernon will recover at their own 45-yard line. They will take over. 3:57 left here in the third. Reminder, tonight's game is brought to you by Wheeler Mission, providing food, shelter, and hope to neighbors in need while helping transform lives throughout central Indiana, as well as the IndianaSRN sports page. Stay connected to the games, teams, and stories that matter most by visiting the IndianaSRN sports page. And if you find Indiana sports page on the Twitterverse, you can go on their profile, find the link, and go straight there. All right, Max Meyer. Why do I keep calling him Max? It's Mason. Oh, my goodness. I apologize. No, that is Dirks. Dirks keeps it, and he's going to run for about 6 yards to the 49 of Brebeuf.
Well, good positive yards here and ones that you'll take. You've had a tough time of getting things going. I'd like to see them kind of a little bit more hurry up, try to pray maybe a little bit of pace at this point and try to see if that might do anything to this Brebeuf defense.
In the middle of the field, Dirks has it. Kobe James in, Max Myers in the slot, and Dirks to throw it. Looking for some blocks, get some pressure, flushed right. He's going to throw it and tried to sneak it in. Yeah, he had Crew Hampton short, but tried to sneak it into B.J. Johnson, and he looks worse for the wear there on the sideline.
Yeah, he took a big shot there.
And we'll take this moment to remind you we're also brought to you by The Grill. The Grill believes every family deserves first-class service. Enjoy a meal served with care, comfort, and a smile in McCordsville, Indiana. 317-336-4700. As well as IndianaSRN, No way. We sponsor ourselves. Every game, every highlight, every week. Stream it live on IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat. So Coach Kirshner's not happy. He turned the hat sideways, frustrated. And we'll see what's happening here as Coach Jacobs is chatting with the offense and Coach Kirshner chatting with the offensive line. Young lady in the gray shirt is Toby's daughter. She told me not to call her out, so I won't say her name, but she is a sophomore at Hamilton Southeastern High School. As we get ready to go back to play, Dirk's still in at quarterback. And there to the short side of the field, you'll see Max Meyer and Ian McCullough. Down here on the far side is Crew Hampton. And looks like he is going under center with Kobe James behind him. And Meyer in motion. They hand it off to Meyer. Cuts inside with the block. Tries to get around the defender for Brebeuf Jesuit. Cam Walters doesn't get much. It's a 2-yard gain. It is going to be 4th down at the 47. And we'll see what they do here. 4th and 2. It looks like they're going for it.
Yeah, the last play, I think Mason certainly was naturally trying to make something happen, trying to hit to the outside, but anytime you're trying to run sideways, you're going to lose yards, so just try to think positive yards, stay up the field.
This time Johnson in motion. They hand it off to him. He got some seal. Is he going to get enough yardage? Boy, it depends on the spot. They're going to get to the 46.
I don't think anybody even saw really the football kind. It looked like it was very close to being a fumble, but nobody reacted to the ball coming out.
It is going to be just short, and it's a turnover on downs for Mount Vernon. So Brebeuf will take over. 2:32 to go here in the third quarter at their own 46. For a second there, he got a little bit of a seal there on the edge, but boy, the pursuit of Brebeuf has just been outstanding on defense.
Yeah, it has. They've certainly have inserted their will tonight, and they've had their way against this Marauders offensive front. There's no question.
And this is somebody that Mount Vernon is going to become acutely aware of as Brebeuf next year joins the HHC. Beaucamp hands off to King, and there's a huge gap in the middle. He's got some space and some blocks, and he is down near the red zone. We'll call it the 23-yard line of Mount Vernon.
And his first point of line of defense there was the linebacker that came up, that he just gave a nice, strong, stiff arm to keep him, just away and eluded yet another tackler for about a 35-yard.
You could have ran through that hole.
I might need a big one at my age.
They're going to give it back to him again. He bounces out right, gets a block, bounces out right again, but incoming to make the tackle is sophomore Kyler Smith, as they're going to mark it at the 18-yard line.
Another Marauder
It'll be
hurt.
2nd and 5.
Another injured player
and
for
Marauder
Mount
down
Vernon.
on the field. Hey, just a friendly reminder again that second half is brought to you by KOA Indianapolis, Wheeler Mission, the IndianaSRN sports page. Troy Darengowski does a great job with that. The Grill in McCordsville and IndianaSRN. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors. We appreciate it. And if you would like to sponsor high school sports, coach at IndianaSRN.org. You can see the ticker there in the bottom right hand of the screen where people can find you. See if we can get any updated scores here.
Yeah, so obviously Crown Point still 14-6 over Pike. Indian Creek Heritage same 42-7. North Central's 14-9. I think that stayed the same. Avon 14-6 over Ben Davis after Ben Davis, a great win last week against Cathedral, but they're down 8 right now to Avon. LN still rolling 40-0 now over Fishers. Brownsburg over Gwinnett out of Georgia 24-7. Zionsville, update on that. We haven't given that yet. They're up 14-6 over LC.
All right, it is 2nd and 5 for Beaucamp. He hands it off to Warren, who's back in, cuts left, finds some space. Going to get down to about the 12-yard line. And we'll see how close that is. It is a first down for Brebeuf as they are 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line. As Beaucamp hands it off to Warren, right up the middle again. So much space in the middle of the offensive line that Brebeuf is creating as he gets down to the 10-yard line.
Well, the time of possession tonight, too, it's just it probably exceeds even what the score is. I mean, it's just very, very heavy in favor of the Brebeuf Braves. So just got to give a lot of credit to the Hogs up front on both O and D lines here tonight.
Let's give some love to those offensive linemen. 74, Christian Oakley. 77, Ray Neely as they hand off to, is that Warren or King? I couldn't quite get the number. Warren down to the 5. It'll be 3rd down in about 3. Sam Grant, 64. Braden Neese, 56. And Reams Brooks, 71. 4 seniors, and the lone junior is 77, Neely. Those are your offensive linemen for Brebeuf Jesuit. 3rd and 2.
And even 74, Christian Oakley's not only all-conference but all-state from last year.
And Warren has it up the gut. Going to get the first down just about at the 1-yard line.
Look for this next play to be to Warren again.
Yeah, he's got to get a touchdown after he did the dirty work on the last score, and then they ended up giving it to Jasir King. But we're going to run out to the end of the 3rd quarter here, where at the end of 3, it is Brebeuf 34, Mount Vernon 7. You're watching IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
This is LifeWise Academy. It's a program that teaches Bible-based character education to public school students during school hours. Not before school and not after, but during school hours.
So here's how this works. The students will leave this school building, hop on this bus, take a short ride across the street to the church. I can see the steeple from here, have Bible class, hop back on the bus, head back to school. It's that simple.
Go to lifewise.org to find your school.
Mom said sleeping on my aunt's couch would be like a vacation. It sure is quiet without Dad yelling at Mom and making her cry. Sleeping in the back seat was like camping. It got pretty cold without blankets, but Mom cuddled me and kept me warm. When Mom's car got taken, she said our tent was just for one night, and she gave me her coat as a blanket. It's so nice to sleep in a bed again, and Mom's so much happier. I'm really glad we came here.
Raise those hands high with the number 4. It is the 4th quarter, so we get set here to start where Brebeuf Jesuit has a 34-7 lead. And yes, it is interesting time here as 4th quarter in a lot of these games across the state. Any close games, we will let you know of some scores. 27-7. I believe is the Covenant Christian Shortridge score. And
it's kind of walked in with it.
Yep, very simple. And that's going to be...
So Jeb Cox, wasn't it?
Jeb Cox. And so we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, they are going for 2. Had the previous touchdown. They had the extra point blocked as we give it this. Had a little bit of
Jeb Cox at quarterback.
He was in the Wildcat.
Yeah.
As we look at it again here.
And here is the 2-point conversion. Cox coming around, and he gets it. So 2-point conversion good. And that's going to make the score 42-7. Brebeuf, which now means you would think, and we don't see it yet, unless there was a penalty on the 2-point conversion, because the offense is still on the field.
Is there a penalty flag somewhere? Yeah, they got the. Looks like they're going to rerun it, but I never saw a signal by the official. But
I didn't
either. I don't know
either.
if the clock wasn't set before they ran the play, but no, they're marking it off. So something's. That'll be interesting to see if they go for it, if they're going to be kicking this.
Yeah. Cox did have one attempt for 1 yard
holding.
and a TD last week, and now he has one attempt for 1 yard and a TD this week. Now I got to erase my extra point good and the score. Y'all, good thing I used pencil. All right, let's see what happens here. Cox back in at quarterback. And back to pass as he's flushed out to his left. Another flag. And he runs out of bounds. We'll see whose that is on.
Again. You're going to be at the 22-yard line, or excuse me, 23-yard line.
Can they? Do they have to do it? Can Mount Vernon decline it?
Can, and they're going to.
And they're declining it. So the try is no good. It is 40-7. Brebeuf will be back. It's IndianaSRN.
Fans, are you ready to get even closer to all the action with IndianaSRN? Subscribe now and never miss a moment. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and get instant access to exclusive live streams. Stay updated with real-time scores and breaking news by following us on Twitter, your ultimate source for everything Indiana sports related. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube and smash that follow on Twitter. Join the IndianaSRN family today and take your passion for high school and college sports to the next level.
Vertner Electric Incorporated provides professional commercial electrical contractor services to Indianapolis and surrounding communities. Locally owned and operated for over 30 years, our knowledge and experience make us the perfect choice for all your commercial electrical contractor needs. Contact us today.
40-7 is the score. 11:55 to go here in the fourth quarter as Brebeuf Jesuit is playing pretty well on the road for game number 2, and it goes to show you that North Central's probably pretty good as well, as they beat Brebeuf Jesuit last week 42-37. So we know Brebeuf can put up some points, and Hamilton Southeastern now leads North Central 15-14. As kickoff return by A.J. Crenshaw is still going. They'll eventually blow the whistle, and they do. I think they'll mark it at the 27-yard line, where Mount Vernon will get it for the first time in the fourth quarter, down 33. We'll see where they mark it. By the way, they were playing my walk-up song at the last break, just so you know that.
Oh, what was that? I didn't hear it.
Sabotage by the Beastie Boys.
Okay.
That would be my walk-up song if I played baseball. All right, here we go. And it looks like and is Luke Dirks still in at quarterback. Hands it off to Kobe James. Cuts it wide left. Breaks one tackle. Gets some space. Going to get a first down to about the 40-yard line. Although I would say probably not the time to signal first down after you run when you're down 33. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, it is some positive yards that has been far and few between here tonight for the Marauders.
Uh-oh.
It's been tough for them to get something going, and you might even get a penalty because of it.
I think we got a penalty. I'm not sure what it's on.
Was it his unsportsmanlike?
I don't know. Maybe
I never saw a signal, but they're walking it off.
I don't see anything. That's where he went. Oh yeah, they are. We need the.
And it is personal
foul. Is that targeting?
Targeting. Yeah. Usually though, well, I think because normally targeting is, a fist to the head type of thing.
Yeah, I don't know what
as far as the motion.
We'll have to figure out what that is as that takes the ball back to the 25-yard line. First and long. Dirks rolling to his right, throwing. Tried to get it up, and it is picked. And it could be a house call, not quite, as it gets down close. Luke Lautenbach, the senior linebacker for Brebeuf Jesuit, picks off the pass that just wasn't quite over his head, and it's going to be first and goal for Brebeuf Jesuit. You'll see he was trying to get it out there to the receiver, and that was Mason Meyer, but Lautenbach read it, and Meyer comes from behind and makes the tackle, and they're going to mark it at the 8. So first and goal for Brebeuf Jesuit as Zeb Cox stays in at quarterback. Keegan Bokamp's night is over, although it was a pretty good night. 3 touchdown passes and 1 touchdown run. He accounts for 4 of the 6 they've got so far. The other is a 7-yard run by Jasir King and a 1-yard quarterback keeper by Jeb Cox, who hands off to Warren. Warren breaks a tackle, and he's going to score.
Well, made quick work of that. He actually kind of tweaked his leg. I couldn't tell if it was an ankle or a knee, but he's coming up pretty gimpy in terms of hobbling. So
yeah, he is.
That's tough.
We'll see it as Warren finally gets his TD.
See if we'll be able to see what happened here. I really didn't see anything there.
Kind of last little pull to get away from tackler, and they're going to kick the extra point here. Again, that is the freshman. Oh no, it's not. It is. Yeah, it is. It is the freshman Connor Bunnell, number 99, in for the extra point. The kick is up, and it is good. It is 47-7 here in the fourth quarter. We'll be back on IndianaSRN, where you always have front row seat.
Looking to elevate your brand? Choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for all your print, signs, promo products, apparel, and mailing services. Serving Indianapolis for over 50 years. Dynamark, where strong relationships are built through exceptional service.
I'm Randy Stegemuller with Class 101. Students want to go to college, they want to find that dream school, and that's what we're here for.
The confidence your child feels is beyond what you imagine you're going to get out of it.
I love that I get to work with students from middle school all the way through high school. Whatever it may be, I know she's there.
We're making sure that when the package is put together at the very end and we apply to a college, that they rise to the top of the list.
How can you not sign up?
And we're back. Kickoff now as Brebeuf is up 47-7. And the young freshman with the kickoff, and it's going to go to, is that Crew Hampton? It is. And he takes it all the way back to the 35-yard line, where they'll take over with 10:18 to go. And correct me if I'm wrong, Craig, now that we've gone back in play, and it's a 40-point differential, it should be a running clock the rest of the way.
Yep, it will be.
So we probably won't have any breaks the rest of the way.
Unless you have a timeout. But other than that, it will run.
Yes. Again, those little white dashes under their names, that tells you how many timeouts they have left in this half. And we got a different quarterback in for Mount Vernon. He hands off to Kobe James. The quarterback is number 9, Hizzy Bebley, sophomore, 5'10", 175. That is a football name right there.
Actually got a new running back in as well that we don't have on the roster.
43.
Yeah.
Michael Acuff.
Is it? Okay.
Yes, he is a junior. And we get a flag. It looks like they got a lot of backups in as they're trying to get some guys reps. And That will be a false start as they lost 2 in the first play. So that will take them back now to the 27. And it becomes 2nd and 17. Oh, handoff as it's up the middle, and that goes again to Michael Acuff. And he gets some yardage back up to the, they're going to mark it at the 35-yard line. That's a nice 8-yard gain for Acuff. A lot of defensive subs in as well for Brebeuf Jesuit. As it looks like there's possibly...
It's an injury player, Mount Vernon.
Player down. It's our chance to remind you, KOA Indianapolis, make your next trip and adventure with them. KOA offers camping fun for all ages. KOA, where family memories begin. Wheeler Mission. Wheeler Mission provides food, shelter, and hope to neighbors in need while helping transform lives throughout central Indiana. And The Grill. The Grill believes every family deserves first-class service. Enjoy a meal served with care, comfort, and a smile in McCordsville, Indiana, 317-336-4700. I can vouch for The Grill. They are fantastic as well. And food sounds good right about now. As, again, 8:31, the clock will stop for an injury. But you'll see the coaches talking with the Braves there. This is a good chance for both teams to see what they've got on the younger side of the roster, as this game is to a certain point where the backups can play. And you can see the big man working his way off the field, Kyan McKee, 6'3", 280 freshman for Mount Vernon. And we're ready to play again. 3rd and 10 from the 35. Again, Hizzy Bebley is the quarterback. Throws it out left. Got a receiver. It's caught. Makes a cut inside. Still going. Hanging on to the football. And Meade Reynolds, 5'10", junior, with the long pass.
Yeah, really nice looking play. Good throw by Bebley, who just came in the game.
He's going to like that deep throw, a ton of yards, as there is the catch.
A good cut back here as well.
Yeah. 1st and 10 at the 26 for Mount Vernon. Bebley in the shotgun. Hands it off to Acuff, up the gut. He's going to get about 3, maybe 4. They're going to mark it at the 23-yard line. So we'll call it 3. 2nd and 7. You know, again, as a coach, Craig, as a former coach, these games, while they haven't gone the way you've wanted them to go, there's plenty of time for you to see what you've got with some of these younger kids. And Bebley's done great so far, as he does miss his receiver there on that, trying to get it to Noah Hankley.
No, I mean, without question. I think when you're only good as what your second, sometimes even third units might be, you never know when you might need those. Obviously, whether it be someone out for an injury or in games like this, these are very quality reps for guys that don't get them all the time, whether it's in practice or a game. But if you ever need to call upon them, it's great to have some of these under your belt this early in the season.
So, huge roster for Mount Vernon. Only 23 of them are seniors. And there's probably every bit of 80 kids on the roster. So, it's a young squad. There's a flag on the play.
Well, and it's one, too, that Coach Kirshner's back in after his first stint of 4 years, a few years back, and trying to reset the culture, if you will. And so sometimes that takes a little bit of time as well.
Bebley keeps it, but the turf monster got him, and he'll go down at the 15-yard line. But it will be a first down as the clock continues to run. Again, the rule in Indiana, 35-point or more lead, running clock takes place. Bebley has it, looking to his right, throws across the middle. Oh, he had a guy looking for Lawrence Patterson. couldn't quite connect. Maybe if he get the ball up a little bit more, that could have been 6.
Yeah, and really threw it in a tight window and had it decently placed. And, you know, the 2 good throws that he's really made, he hadn't even really stepped into them much. So, again, as he continues to work through technique, obviously was it a sophomore?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Hands it off. Nice little dance there at the line. Cuts right. Does a cuff, and he'll get down to about the 8. That will make it 3rd and about 2. Well, they say 3rd and 4, but 3rd and 3.
Let's split the difference.
Yes, we will. 3rd and 3. Bebley and Acuff in the backfield. Now he's got the motorcade in front of him, and he dives for the end zone. It's going to be a touchdown. Hizzy Bebley with the score. And the young man on his first play of the season, as far as we know, gets himself an 8-yard touchdown run. Nice dive for the end zone. Had Acuff as his guard there.
Yeah, great effort here, knowing where the pylon was at, where he was at, and lunging forward there. Just trying to have that ball kiss the pylon is all it takes, and that's exactly what he did.
That's what you wanted, as Rauch is back in for the extra point. Bebley to hold. And they need somebody else as Lawrence Patterson comes in to block as well. Trying to get him in the right spot. Play clock not down yet, but the kick is up, and it is good. 47-14, 3:44 to go. We'll be back on IndianaSRN.
Shocking sensation of being on a business trip where everything goes right. Backed up by a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Feel the advantage. Feel the Hamptonality.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
All right, we are back once again as there's 3:44 to go. As Mount Vernon scored on an 8-yard run by Hizzy Bebley, and that cuts into the lead, 47-14. You can see, and they pooch kicked it, and it's caught there at the 45-yard line by 23. That would be Gabe Cox. End of 3, HSC 15, North Central 14.
Burner there.
Yeah. HSC is incredibly young. I do know that. Their quarterback, Deacon Johnson, is a sophomore, and he started a few games last year.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, well, because, I keep forgetting his last name, Terry. He went to Duke to play quarterback, blew out his knee.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
In his first year?
No, he was a senior.
Oh, okay, I got you.
But he still has his scholarship to Duke. So he hurt his knee, and then Deacon Johnson came in as a freshman and played like the last 5-6 games of the season.
Oh, wow.
He's already got a ton of offers, too. As in for quarterback now for Brebeuf is Carter Bunnell. He's a 5'9 sophomore. In the backfield as well is Lendell Nelson, 5'11 sophomore. So got some more guys getting play here as as that kind of blew up a little bit. And we'll see. Oh, there's a penalty on the play. We got ourselves a flag. We'll see what it is as we wait on the white hat. Gotta say, I do love the black cleats with these uniforms. That's old school. I like it like that. Conferring with the coach, Coach Geske, and we'll see what he's got to say here. And are they picking it up? I guess. No flag. All right. It's going to be 2nd down and 7. They're going to give him, it's more like 6, but it's the 49-yard line.
I think they're just trying to exhaust all the play clock, each one, just to run this out. Maybe
clock is still running. And obviously the backup center is in, as he couldn't quite corral it, and it is Keystone Cops here, and Mount Vernon comes up with it. It is recovered by number 33, Alvin Sekar, 5'10", junior.
If you're Mount Vernon, you want to try to get on this field as quickly as possible, run these plays.
Yeah. As he tried to dive, always dive on it, but it kind of moved on him, and then it really wobbled around and recovered by Mount Vernon. So they will take over with 30 seconds to go at the 29 of Brebeuf. They basically have one play. Let's see what they do here. Looks like they're going to throw it up to the corner, and it's almost picked off, and I believe that is going to do it. We do have a final score, Covenant Christian 34-13 over Shortridge. That is going to do it here for us. Hey, make sure and follow SRN. Stay connected with Indiana High School sports all season long on Twitter at IndianaSRN, YouTube, IndianaSRN. Follow us for live webcasts, game updates, highlights, scores, and stories celebrating Indiana's student athletes and communities. Want IndianaSRN to cover your next game? Email coach at IndianaSRN.org. IndianaSRN, your home for high school sports. So the final score is Brebeuf 47, Mount Vernon 14. Big first half for Brebeuf Jesuit. 3 touchdown passes from Beaucamp to Johnson, and a 3-yard run by Beaucamp got things done. And we ended up going into a running clock in the second half. Craig, the Indy Star player of the game is?
I think it's certainly got to be Nate Johnson, doesn't it? They got the three touchdowns, all receiving, and was certainly very instrumental in getting them the lead going into halftime.
Works for me. Nate Johnson is your Indy Star player of the game. We'd like to thank Mount Vernon High School, their athletic directors, the officials, all the IndianaSRN sponsors, our camera people, Justin Griffiths and Patrick Kilcoyne on location, and director, the wonderful Sarah Borland. Thank you for joining IndianaSRN for tonight's broadcast. We are proud to bring you the stories of Indiana high school athletes, coaches, and communities. If you enjoy our coverage and would like to help us continue broadcasting hundreds of games each season, please consider supporting IndianaSRN through a donation, sponsorship, or partnership. Your support allows us to continue providing free coverage for schools and fans across Indiana. Thank you again to our sponsors, schools, athletes, and viewers for making IndianaSRN possible. Contact Keith Myers at CoachIndianaSRN.org for any questions. Once again, for my partner, Craig Cox, I'm Sean Kroll. The final 47-14 Brebeuf Jesuit over Mount Vernon. Thank you and good night.